Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monday Sound Stream. We are back on our normal news beat cycle where we have our news topics and stories. Apologies for my neck. I apparently just abrased myself shaving today, so that happened. Welcome, everybody. We're gonna have a good time. There is more physical media news than there is toy news because I guess all the toy industries. The toy industry is kind of on fire, so like all the companies being a bit asleep at the wheel is normal. But anyways, we have some news topics today, which will be fun. We'll have our normal structure. We'll introduce everything, then we'll do our cycle of here's the news. We'll talk about the news, and then we will go to chat time at the end if we got time. And yes, Master Ben 95, I can grow facial hair, just not good facial hair, which is why I always shave.
You can't grow a man. You can't grow a man beard.
No, my beard is just all neck. It is awful. It's awful. If you want to see me like having not shaved for a month and a half, go watch the original Month of Monsters during the werewolf segments. I prepped a month and a half for that video.
Let's say what the werewolf costume on or off?
Before I become the werewolf, I didn't shave for a month and a half just to get.
I remember. I remember. What was the Depression year? Was it 2018? I remember your growing some facial hair to yin yang during that era.
Oh yeah, it was weird times. But anyways, the voice you've heard is our resident graphic designer for the channel, Ryan. Say hi, Ryan.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game, chat. Can you guess how many Marvel Legends were released in 2023? Whoever wins will get a shout out.
We will shout out the correct answer. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, no, the simple answer is too much, but throw out a number. Let's see how close everybody gets.
Yeah, throw a number.
We also have, of course, in our chat, Fighter Kaus, also known as Jerry.
Yes, and I'd like to guess 3.
3. 1954. I don't know where 23 came from. We wish it was 23.
Oh my gosh, everybody's throwing out numbers I wish it actually was.
We're seeing some low numbers here. It's far from that.
Oh, Kaiju finally gave us a high number.
I know Spin Dash goes the highest number also.
Yeah, Spin Dash throws 116, Kaiju Ren is 230. Lord Jaffrey says Jerry is the GOAT. Kyle says over 9,000. I mean, it's fairly close. Like Kama Jojo is the closest at 182 so far.
That's the closest without going over.
Yeah, Brendan Overland is at 184. That's all. That's you guys get real close. It's in the 180s. It's in the 180s. I'm seeing 184, 187, 186. Everyone's shooting a little high. 190 is a little high. So it's a little lower. 182 is close. 182 is close. 181. Kyle got 181. That's the answer.
Yeah, Kyle.
And that is just 6-inch scale figures, by the way. If we include all the role play and like the retro line and stuff, it's like 197. But like 181 6-inch scale figures this year.
That's 191 too many.
I have to do a video on all of those, and I just want less Legends to release. I don't even care like how many I buy. It's just these videos are just like, and the thing is, I can give detail to the Power Rangers or even the G.I. Joe or the Transformers, like a little bit of detail. But with Marvel, it's just like figure. Like I hate doing that like short form.
Sunfire body, Bucky body, Maverick body.
I know it comes down to just like. You know, like I'm gonna have to spend like a minute on Natasha for Black Widow because her accessories are so great, and like Green Goblin's gonna get extra time, but everybody else is gonna be like 2 seconds. Like I didn't buy this Moon Knight repack. You know, just like boom, it's just too many. It's too many.
You know what you should do at the end of the video is you should if you were a Marvel Legends completionist for the 6-inch line.
How much would it cost?
I want you to. Yeah, how much does it cost if you bought every single figure if you're like a completionist collector?
I might run the numbers on that. The other thing I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be putting the prices of every figure on. Price is going to be on every slide. Like when we introduce the figures before we talk about them, like I'm going to put the price up. I'm not going to talk about the prices the whole time, but I'm going to put the original MSRP up on every figure. So
Master Band. The Void Wave came out the last week. It was slated for February.
Yep. I canceled my pre-order. I was gonna get the whole thing. I was just like, no, I can't deal with this anymore. I still want to go back and get some of those figures. It only hit Big Bad Toy Store, so it's not going to count for the 2023 rundown. I'm going to make one exception to my normal rule. I'm going to put Doc Ock in the video just because it would be weird for him not to be there. But yeah, it's going to be a good video.
What's the thing about street dates?
Hasbro doesn't know what street dates are. There's Ikama Jojo says I only get classic Marvel Legends. Even then, there is still too many. Like it's just,
and they all look. I'm sorry, but like, man, Toy Biz Marvel Legends, they have very aged very.
Well, I think Ikama Jojo was referring to like the classic versions of characters, like how they did the Vision and stuff.
Yeah, I do comic only Marvel Legends when I do collect Marvel Legends.
I'm doing my oh no, I expanded the collection too much. Time to boil back down to X-Men again. Like I'm back on that trend. Before we get too far into the show, though, let's do a quick rundown of everybody in the chat because it seems like we got a lot of people. And
all right, welcome.
Go for it.
Welcome Motekichi, Waller Jaffrey, channel member Jojo Star, channel member Spin Dash. As for Jason, True Hellfire Gaming, channel member Dr. Grid, channel member Master Ben, channel member Swift the Crow, Critic Shepherd, Brendan Overland, Common Pikachu, Garzilla, Logic Blaster, Kaiju 1954, channel member Kyle, Ami Magemi, Common Jojo, let's scroll down.
We've got a lot of chat already. It's only been on for like 10 minutes.
Oh, did all those chatters leave a like?
Oh yeah, you better all like the stream, people. Channel member Sticklos, the Russian Wanderer, and channel member Don Ranger Power.
Cool. We made it. Psycho has mentioned a problem I'm noticing with a lot of stuff in the UK. So my anime Bumblebee was meant to be here today by 8 p.m., but then it said that this morning, I go to work and 8 p.m. today turned into March. That happens with Amazon with me with like McFarlane toys, but like Hasbro stuff in the UK just keeps going, oh hey, it's supposed to be coming out here, and then it suddenly like last minute goes, nope, 3 months from now. Like they are having like major problems. Like everything in the US is coming 2 months early, everything in the UK is 2 months late, or like
or they get canceled.
Or it gets canceled, yeah. Psycho said, yeah, it's from Amazon. Yeah, that happened to me. Like, I was supposed to get my entire, like, Batman and Robin McFarlane wave in, like, one shipment. And then, like, I got Ivy and Batgirl, and they're like, oh, yeah, you'll get Batman and Robin in January. I was like, okay.
I saw Kyle mention the Jada Toy Street Fighter figures. God, that reminds me of because I think they're slowly coming out the Mega Man Jada Toy figures. I assume they get those. And those are actually worth the price.
Yeah. Those are they're still getting their way around. They're not fully like out yet.
Is Wave 3 Street Fighter fully out? Because I think I've seen Ken fully around.
Ken's the only one. Because the way that Jada was doing Street Fighter is they're announcing in waves and then releasing when they're done. Like Ken's made his way out in places, but
not surprised he's out first because he's just a simple repaint.
Yeah, he was the simplest. They didn't have to tweak him. They were tweaking.
I mean, just like the game.
Yeah. I forget who they were blanking. They're still working. They're still working on. Some stores have gotten Ken.
Was it Wave 3 is gonna be Ken, Dawson, and was it M. Bison?
I think M. Bison. Did Dawson and M. Bison go for order? I can't remember. I need to get back onto like keeping track of like the Jada stuff.
I mean, it is any company. I'm actually don't mind buying almost every product from it's actually Jada.
Yeah, I was gonna buy their whole Mega Man line, even though I don't care about like 80% of Mega Man characters. But yeah, Kyle says Dawson, Bison Wave 2, Cammy, DJ, and Guile for Wave 3. Lord Jaffrey asked Jerry, "What's your most played fighting game?"
In terms of hours sunk in, that's a good question. I want to say it's Capcom versus SNK 2 because that's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And a close second would be like Dead or Alive 2. Because that's all I had.
Gameplay reasons, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Dead or Alive 2 is a good game.
I don't understand. I know it's because I used to be like
Yeah.
real like. I played it so much I knew the frame data without actually looking at the frame
The
data.
Dead or Alive
Dang.
series is a Dead or Alive series is a game series I always want to get into. I like fighting game stories and lore. I always love that, but like it's so hard because their games are never released. So I can never find a way to get into the games
I
properly.
think the problem is that Tecmo's just like, how much TNA can we sell in DLC and
Oh,
not like
and let's overprice it.
yeah,
Yeah.
instead of like let's just continue to make good fighting games because like Dead or Alive has a lot of good games in it. It's just they market it off the TNA. Logic Blast is a whole bunch of 8-inch Mego figures got delayed. That's not surprising for Mego. Anyways, go ahead, Jared.
Oh, I said probably Capcom versus SNK too because that's my favorite.
Yeah,
That's still my favorite.
I'm not sure if we really want them to re-release them or make a new SNK Capcom game.
I would love. I would love for a part 3. Oh.
You know, speaking of Street Fighter, it's like I see like certain collectibles really. I think recently just bring out their jury and because they announce there's pre-orders I think for Luke. But the problem is when those Street Fighters lines that I only if I'm picking one lineup, I can never pick up the rest because it'll be super out of scale. Because since I already have 3 of the Jada, I'm never picking up any certain collectibles. You know, they're good figures.
Oh yeah, I think Jada's gonna do like as much as they can. They were talking like, oh yeah, after we finish Street Fighter 2's roster, we're gonna just start bouncing around and doing like stuff from all of the rest of the franchise. So, let's see. Master Ben 95 says still waiting on the Lightning Collection 30th Green Ranger. Got Jason October supposed to be in January. Now Tommy's been pushed till June. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Hasbro. They need to get their stuff together.
I see Tim McAndrews mentioning toss stuff for the Capcom. I think was it Revoltech that announced a Karas figure. I'm pretty
Storm
sure.
Collectibles, I think.
Oh, Storm Collectibles.
Yeah, Storm was like, we're making Karas, and I was like, please?
It's Toss Knuckles Garo.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Garo. Yeah, let's look at this real quick. Also, Muteki asked Dead or Alive and Cutie or versus Cutie Honey. It depends on the Cutie Honey. Last week's videos.
Wait, that's a collab. That's a collab that's right never happened.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that should have. Why isn't Honey a guest character in Dead or Alive? Anyways, last week's videos we had the What Happened to Zombies Gundam Blu-rays answering a question that's been asked to me many times. And then we also had the How to Watch Garo video, which was a heck of a thing to put together.
I know Garo isn't as well known, but I hope that pops off because Garo needs love.
I mean, the comments for that video are like.
Oh, the comments section exploded to a point where I have not had the chance to go through and respond to everybody yet.
It was just really nice to see like that much response to it.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that were like, I was looking to get into Garo, and this guide's going to help. And I'm like, that's exactly why I make these. Yeah, it's...
Look at that PS2 game. No.
Oh, no. I had to, like, when I do these viewing guides, I always have to boil things down. I can't include everything, or else it's just, like, daunting.
Yeah, exactly.
You only mentioned I had to cut the machine that's canon.
I had to there was 4 different pachinko machines that are canon. I left them all out. The only thing I did is at the beginning of the video when I'm explaining what Makai Knights are, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's also Silver Knights and other colors. I slipped Pachinko Giga in there just as a little like nod to the Pachinko games because Giga looks so cool in Pachinko. He looks great in Goldstorm, but I love his Pachinko design. And so I like threw him in there just as a little Easter egg that nobody caught. But there was like I had a whole segment planned out talking about Zaruba and how he affects the whole franchise. But I really wanted this thing as close to 30 minutes as possible so it would be digestible.
Also, keep it simple. Keep it simple for new fans. Also.
Exactly. I scrapped the segment about Jam Project. Like I had a bunch of other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I was like, I need to keep this simple, and I need to keep this thing as close to 30 minutes as possible.
Question: was that cut footage or cut like note taking?
Cut note taking. I didn't actually film any of it.
Okay, I was thinking if you had those first, you could make the channel member exclusive.
Yeah, if I ever shoot a segment that I cut from a video, it'll come out at some point. This was basically like I cut it from notes because I was going through it and I was like, I need to get this to a half hour. Because the thing is that when you have like the thing I've noticed with YouTube, and this is just like, this is just kind of like. This is what I've noticed, at least for my channel. Pretty much, you can see it reflected in views as well. If a video is under 30 minutes, it does pretty good. unless it's a high value topic like a Power Rangers rundown or like a manga collection tour. But typically, like videos that are under a half hour, regardless of the topic, will do pretty good. Videos over a half hour, it needs the topic to be really really wanted to be well received. You can see it in Death Saurus and Indie, where it's like they kind of lag behind some videos nearby them. Even same with the Hiss Tank, even or like the Sea of Sonic. That was a hotter topic. So it's tricky. Like I'm always trying to keep things about a half hour or less. If it's like 32 minutes, I'm not going to stress about it. But
speak of
like so for example, like Psycho said, how the Sentai one ended up in 30 minutes. It won't. The Sentai one's going to be at least 50 minutes long because there's 50 shows, and I can't spend less than a minute talking about each show and the overall franchise.
You don't want to do 1 minute summary?
Even if I do 1 minute summary, that's still 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
It's still 50 minutes. That video, the Sentai guide is going to be like an hour-long video, regardless of what I do. Boiling it down to the base things, it's still going to be like an hour because there's so much Sentai. There's 47 main shows, 3 spin-offs, and then all of them have some kind of movie or special related to them. So it's just going to take time.
At least a movie. At least,
yeah.
More.
2. Some days 2.
Oh god, when we get to Q Ranger, it's the Q Ranger segments. Deca Ranger's another one. Yeah.
Or Gokaiger.
Oh god. There's so, and I'm gonna have to boil it down. You won't be hearing me talk about hyper battle videos. You won't hear me talk about Gokaiger cameos. It's just going to be like crossovers and important stuff. Like it's going to be hard.
What is the most successful? What was the viewing guy that did the most? Like Toma give a sub. Toma give the sub.
Toma gifted a sub. Thank you, Toma.
Who's gonna get it? And Rabbit Man got the sub.
So the most successful viewing guide to date is the Kamen Rider one. That did about twice the. So in order of success, it goes Kamen Rider, then Ultraman, then Power Rangers, then Digimon, then Star Trek, then Garo.
Well, Garo just came out.
And Garo just came out. But that's how it's been going.
It's not the Ultraman one because that's like the one YouTube likes giving me the most.
Yeah. It's funny, the Ultraman one has surpassed the Power Rangers. Which is this is the times we're living in, is where Ultraman is doing better than Power Rangers.
Speaking of Ultraman,
I for one welcome our new Ultra Overlord.
Speaking of Ultraman and related to home media and both news and what came out last week, it's one of the things where seeing how kind of poor those Nozomi releases are in terms of presentation and such.
Yeah.
And I look back in your the Ultraman Mill Creek saga, and I go, it's one of the things where it's like, man, those older videos is both age like milk, and man, you were harsh. You kind of were.
I was way too harsh on the Ultraman releases. I was just like, I want them to be better. Thank you, Logic Blast, for liking my Star Trek videos. They always hit. They either hit or they don't. They're real 50-50.
Yeah, they kind of got like a reevaluation with the Mill Creek set.
Yeah, like even like especially when I did Shin Ultraman, I was like, wow, I was really too harsh on Mill Creek.
Because like there could definitely be better, but like I'm not sure that's a Mill Creek fault or a Super Riot fault. But honestly, especially compared to other,
I have come to like I got off Mill Creek's back about the subtitles because that was Super Riot's fault.
But like the quality presentation on all their sets are like surprise. Like
even the Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia sets. I mean, those shouldn't have been DVD, but like they're still good.
But like I look at like how you open the new Gundam release and they're just blank and just a disc. You know, the super all the Milk set, slip covers it from the inner box unless you're just Heisei sets. But still, then even then, like you take out the slip cover, you get a unique arc. You open the case, you get a unique arc with each disc.
Yeah, they really put a lot of love into them. I think it's also at the time when they were like slipping off a little bit with the Tiga, Dyna, Gaia thing and the Gridman subs and all that. It was at a time where like Nozomi was putting out the Seed Ultra editions, and it's like I think like it's weird because the home video landscape sort of declined since then to the point where like Mill Creek's Ultraman efforts are still really good. Like, and especially that Maybe a set was a big turnaround for me on the DVD thing. I was like, this is fine.
I was looking at I think it was either the Revenge of TGG video
Yeah.
where you're like threading the Mebius set. And I was like super hating on it. I'm like, wow, that age like really like milk.
I still think that Tiga set looks rough. I still think that Tiga set is probably one of the worst because it should have been better. That Tiga set should have been better.
Well, this is one of
Dyna's
those
was
things where
fine. I don't know what I was complaining about with Dyna. I still haven't watched
was
Gaia, but
with the Tiga set, was that due to Super Rise Masters or was it due to like the actual bit rate of the video quality? Because that was
I think it's Super Rise Masters because what I did discover, and this is like again, like that was like one of the first videos I was doing talking about like video quality and stuff over.
I think
just,
that was
like,
the thing that
release.
maybe.
But
Yeah,
the video masters are the source of the problem on Tiga because I don't think they gave them the best masters.
Yeah, because that was the thing I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like looking back at the Mill Creek Saga, your Mill Creek Saga videos,
Yeah.
where it's like talking about the video quality and versus the Mabius video where you actually talk about the actual bit rate and like actually discussing like
Yeah.
like
the Mabius video, I was like, oh wow, like Mabius reshaped my entire like thought process on the Mill Creek releases because it made me go back and reevaluate everything I had said before, and I was like, oh yeah, that wasn't great. and that's just kind of the thing that happens when you cover like current topics and things that aren't just when you're reviewing stuff. Sometimes you will have to go back and like reevaluate what you said, and I don't know. I almost feel like I should do a follow-up video to the Mill Creek sets, like renouncing some of my earlier stuff.
Well, I think a good. I think since they're now finished, you can do kind of a look back retrospective on them because it's now been what almost 5 years since they've been releasing them.
They started in 2019, so yeah.
2019, almost 5 years.
I might do some stuff with that. That's a good idea. I do. I mean, before we get on to the news, Master Ben mentions we need the Turbo Ranger and Magi Ranger Shout releases. Someone else, Common Pikachu says a 5-man release makes me cry. I mean, I made a video. You want to talk about harsh? I mean, I was harsh on Milk Creek. I was really harsh on the Sentai DVDs, but I still stand behind it. Those sets suck.
Well, yes, I think the difference is because
but Toei's DVDs suck too. It's not like it's a Shout problem.
Yeah, I think what it is like the Mill Creek stuff versus the Shout stuff is I think that's mostly due to prioritization and the quality because Mill Creek sets are $20, pretty much all $20.
Let's just say every Mill Creek set's $20, whether it's DVD or Blu-ray.
Good quality presentation. You're getting good quality presentation on like the case and everything. Getting mostly good quality masters from Super Ride with some exceptions, and and while subs are inconsistent, but even then, there's a reason why they're inconsistent because there's Super Ride.
They're pre-existing subs that were commissioned that Mill Creek basically just puts on the disc, versus Shout, who has to go out and commission these awful subtitles.
Yeah, it's a combination of really bad packaging, horrible prices, and Toei getting really bad quality videos.
Yep.
So
Psycho's brings a good point. Time Ranger, the 2019 Time Ranger DVD from Shout was based on the 2004 Toei DVD release.
I don't remember exactly. Here's the thing. Said it, yeah.
I think that like King Oger's CG backgrounds look really awful at times. I think that the Don Brothers CG on Kiji and Inu Brother looks awful most of the time. But Time Ranger actually physically hurts to watch because the quality is so low on the actual official release. And that goes back to the Toei release. Like, I've never seen Time Ranger look good because it's so poorly mastered.
Do you count the Time Force footage?
No, the Time Force footage looks great. Like, I wish that I could watch Time Ranger in the quality that the Time Force Sentai footage is.
That's the problem with the Toei release, like DVD masters. You instantly look at the Power Rangers master.
Yeah,
you just instantly look at the Power Ranger ones. They're also in SC, and they look so much better. And because I'm not sure that's due to how they render the footage.
A lot of it was that the '90s shows were finalized on tape, even though they were shot on film. So like all their effects are on tape, and then the tape was just poorly copied. It's like essentially like the DVD version of the early DVDs from Toei are like second generation tape copies, and that's the problem.
So at least the Saban era, because Disney's onwards. But like, do they get first generation tapes when they use stock footage? I'm assuming they do.
Yeah, I think because from what I understand of how Power Rangers was done, at least back in the 90s and early 2000s, they got the film masters from Toei. Like, they got film
So they
prints,
had to
not
be first.
tapes.
They had to be first generation. That's what
Yeah,
they look good.
they're definitely. I think they were definitely first generation, which is why they look better. But the home releases, the Sentai shows, even in Japan, are like second or third generation copies of tape. So it's just degraded.
I mean, this is not just a Sentai problem because we could talk about Dragon Ball also and how damaged those generation masters.
Someone asked about green tint. The Toei Sentai stuff doesn't have green tint, but it just looks really poor. Like Time Ranger, I love Time Ranger, but like my eyes hurt.
Not, yeah, it's no tint. It's just like really blurred. I was watching Die Ranger.
Yeah.
And when I watched it, I showed another friend of ours, Die Ranger, and I showed him Ultraman, and he's like, "Wait, they're from the same era?" I showed him and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What the heck happened?" And I'm like, "Toei, they don't."
If you look at like Ultraman Tiga, Chokosen Shangirion, and then like Car Ranger, like Car Ranger looks like it's 15 years older than the other two.
Yes, and that exactly. He like, this is from the 80s? No, 97.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's like, I think it's like more baffling with Sentai because we know, thanks to using the Power Rangers DVDs, we know that the footage is good. Like the quality of the film cameras and everything are good. It just Toei's masters are just bad.
And we know from them remastering Kabutak, they can remaster these shows that were finalized on tape. So, and with Rider, for everyone wondering, Rider is owned by Ishinomori Productions as well as Toei. It's a co-ownership, and Ishinomori Productions is really good at archiving stuff, which is why it's a little bit better. All right, so to address a couple things in the chat before we get to the news, Kira Crystal says, "Did the negative filter hurt your eyes?" Sound out? Yeah, basically. Like watching Time Ranger, I loved it, but like looking at it was not fun. I had to start like half watching it just to get through it. Alex Schreiner says, "I have a question about your Commander Watch guide video. Will you be updating to have new specials and gotcha art?" Yeah, I was thinking about that actually a couple weeks ago.
Follow-ups
when I was on vacation. Like, you know, what do I do about my guides as they need to be updated? And so I'm thinking like I'm trying to decide. Do I want to take the Kamen Rider Watch Guide video and then just add to it, or just make like a supplement to the existing video? Like that's the part I'm debating on.
You could do the New Generation Stars and just add on the latest season.
Like I'd just be like, here's the new stuff at this timestamp, and just like I don't know, because the video's just gonna get longer like each year. But you know, it's gonna be something. Whatever I do, there will be an update to the Kamen Rider Watch Guide by the time the series that follows Gotchard comes up. So like next August, like I'll tie it to the next.
What you could do,
like Gotchard will be done, and then I can just put it in before the next video.
What you can do for like supplementary videos like that is you can throw an extra like stuff like manga or video games. So you want something a little more extra, isn't it? Extra.
Yeah, like if I do it as a separate video, I'll add some like additional material besides just here's what came out in the last however long since. Spin Dash, that's a good point. Toy Galaxy did an all-in-one Robotech video with all their prior vids. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I might. Yeah, Spin Dash says maybe an annual update video and eventually stitch them all together. That could work too. Like it's like here's an update, and then like in a few months, like in a year, here's an update, and then like after like 3 or 4 years, we just like put it all into one. I'm gonna experiment with it and think about it.
Like, I mean, it'll probably be bad because it'll be different algorithms, but you can do a Watch Guide update for everything instead of separate videos because not every franchise can have as many content as the other.
Like I could do like an Ultraman, Rider, and Sentai combined update.
Yeah,
that could be an option.
Yeah,
Jeremy Carr's I do have that playlist that's all the viewing guides, so it wouldn't be like people couldn't find it.
It's easier than because who knows how Ultraman, like you could talk about like Ultraman, we have Blazar and maybe like the New Generation Stars or
I don't mention the Chronicle stuff, so that wouldn't even it would just be
but so it'll be just Blazar, but that's just one thing. So it'll be easier to do Watch Guide updates, Watch Guide Tokusatsu Watch Guide updates or anything like that. Maybe you could do that for Starch. I mean, could we just Watch Guide updates in general? I don't know. It's something you probably need to figure out in the future, probably.
Yeah, Psycho says talk about updating pre-existing videos so you touch your orb stuff since the Dark Ring videos. Nope. I spent hours and hours and hours with those orb rings, and I have not touched them since. I took the batteries out and just put them on the shelf. Like that's the downside. That is the downside to making videos. Is sometimes you spend so long making the video, you are tired of playing with the toy. Like my Master Morpher is just sitting here. I haven't turned it on in how long ago did I do the Master Morpher video? Like
50 minutes or something like that. Or I mean, or for how long? It was like
no, how long
months
since?
ago,
It's been like months, right?
Yeah, 3 months.
3 months. I haven't touched that Morpher because it's like I spent so much time with it.
I mean, that's always I was actually thinking about this today, actually, about like what because I don't collect changers at all, but like if I were to collect, what would be my favorites? And I'm thinking like I think I much prefer this very simple. Like much as I think the orb ring
simple
is a good
ones
toy,
are like my favorites too because I'll pick up the Cosmic Fury Morpher more than I do the Master Morpher because it's all just in one.
Yeah, like as much as the orb ring is a cool
mess with it. Yeah.
Like as much as the orb ring is a cool toy, I don't think it's a good like henshin device because it has a lot of stuff, but like it's like it's even in
like
universe,
I have a prediction
like
that after I do the video, like I'm gonna be playing with the Mabius brace more than any of the Ultra devices.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I was thinking it's like like really one of my favorite transformation devices is like 80s, like Ultraman 80s, because it's just a simple like AT like stick thing.
That's why I like things like the SP license over like like I'm enjoying Sentai gears right now because I have like the Sentai gears, the Dawn Blaster, the Gear to Linger, the Tora Gojin thing. Like I got all this stuff that they work with, but like I don't know when I'll after the video like what's gonna let's change that,
Like overall, like I think my least favorite like changers of any of the free of my least favorite in general is just rider belts because while they're cool, they're too big and
I haven't bought a rider belt in forever. The last rider belt I think I bought was Agito.
And like I was thinking, like I think like
which psychos I don't put deep breath on while eating through the Ultra Ring. I just use my phone because it's easier.
I think for me, like my favorite ones are like small.
If I was wearing the belt to a convention or something and we sit down for lunch, I would just hit the button and we just start listening to deep breath while eating.
I think for me, like my favorite ones are usually like simple ones, like 80s tender device, the Zero Eye or Ginga Spark. I like those,
simple
but like
things.
stuff like
I think having like a thing with a lot of gimmicks is really fun, but then like when you've done that a couple times, you're like, I just want something simple.
I think that's why like the Ginga like I mean my least favorite if anyone asks what's your least favorite transformation device, it'll probably be the Rube Gyro. I hate that thing. It's too bulky.
I'm so sick of the Rube Driver after watching Rube twice because
that
the transformation is too damn long.
Yeah, it's too damn long. It's bulky, and I don't like the gimmick.
Let's see.
I actually really like the Orb Dark. I actually really like the Orb Dark like thingy. Aizen used. That's a small.
Oh, the Neo Orb Ring, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get to the news, because I want to get onto the news. We've been chatting for like 35 minutes. I could go on this for hours. All right. So I was gonna add Common Pikachu said to give a personal anecdote, Gavin looks globs better than say Zhu Ranger. Yeah, Zhu Ranger is like from what was it, 92? Gavin was 84. Like 8 years later, and it looks so much worse. Like it's ridiculous. Let's see. Oh yeah, I missed the news that McFarlane revealed their Batman v Superman.
Yeah, they finally revealed Batfleck today, or at least
you know what?
BVS
I
Batfleck.
Look forward to. We'll talk about those later when we get the full picks. I think that'd be great.
They're just a promo,
just a teaser
like
picture, right?
No, not even a teaser photo. You go to McFarlane's Twitter. There's a full toy render and everything.
We'll talk about it when we see the pictures because I like talking about those renders where they do the fancy poster shots, but then the actual figure gets shown and it doesn't look as good, and I'm like, yeah. Logic Blaster. I do enjoy Godzilla films. Godzilla -1 is like my new personal favorite now. Like I love that movie. I need to do a Godzilla guide. That's something I need to do. It's not like Godzilla has heavy continuity, but I feel like doing it would be worth it. Yeah. All right. It's time to get on to the news. First up, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, Discotek, which is like 2 hours after the stream ends, Discotek will be streaming their very big Discotek Media New Year's. I'm not reacting to it live because they keep scheduling these things right when I'm eating dinner. And I don't want to be live on camera eating dinner.
I was like, Digimon come, like, just like, Digimon.
Anyways, that's fun. It's funny because, like, so Master Ben said McFarlane Toys, like, you know, we only really care about Batman. It's actually a WB problem. From everything I've heard, if you get a license to make DC toys, 60% of your lineup has to be Batman. That's a mandate by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, a lot of people like to bring Todd, and like there is definitely
It was a
like,
problem at
evidence of that.
Mattel. It's a problem at Spin Master. Like even Imaginext can't get away from it. 60% of the line has to be Batman in order for you to qualify for a license.
I think some people give Todd too much crap about that, and it's stuff like that.
Give Todd crap about not making enough women, but don't give Todd crap about making too many Batmans. Because
like I see so many people like it really. I think it really shows what Todd likes when he does like random characters like Captain Carrot and stuff like that.
Exactly, it's a lot of his own personal preferences. Lego too. What 90% of I would say it's not even 60%. Lego DC is Lego Batman. There is nothing else.
It depresses me seeing the downfall of Lego DC. Because literally the last year's like wave was nothing but Batman vehicles with the same two minifigures of Batman and Joker.
Exactly. Like it's Marvel gets to do fun stuff, and DC's just like always Batman.
You get big giant Daily Bugles and Avenger Towers. Batman gets a pretty bad Batman Return Batcave set.
Spin Dash did mention we have a Discord channel for reacting to the Discotek stream. Yes, so if you want to join our Discord, the link is in the description below, and we do have a Discotek reaction chat for everybody to chat in.
I am assuming me and Wheels will react to it live. I'm assuming. I'm not sure.
Stay tuned for the social media accounts at Hero Club for Life. Yeah. Wheels and Jerry might be reacting. We need more. The fact that we don't even have all the human Green Lanterns after like 10 years of Lego DC stuff is insane.
Jessica and somebody we know have Jessica and Simon the same scale.
Right?
At all.
SSJ4 Jason says they haven't done a Lego Batman Beyond. Yeah, like exactly. Like it's the problem. The problem that I have with Warner Brothers and with the way a lot of licensing works, it's not just, they only make Batman. They only make Bruce Wayne Batman of evergreen Batman variety. And like, we barely get figures of Scarecrow. Oh my god, how many Batmans exist without a Robin? Like, where's the Batman Beyond stuff? Like, it's ridiculous. It's a whole, I could rant for a whole live stream about how they keep choosing the most boring Batman stuff to be made. Todd doing that Filmation New Adventures of Batman line is like the literally the most insane thing that's happened to Batman toys in the last decade. So
that's I think my problem.
Shall we get onto the media news though? Because we could rant on this forever.
Honestly, one more thing about the Bat thing is like I hate when they never release. They focus so much on Batman, but they never released a full Bat family.
I know. Mezco still hasn't made. Mezco and Mafex still haven't. I know. Mezco made Robin, I think, or did they tease Robin?
Which one? Which one? That's the problem.
Mafex has a whole Hush line, and they made Scarecrow before Robin. What?
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like we never get specifically like every Robin. You only get like they always flip flop. It's Dick. It's Tim. It's Damian. Yep. They don't know which one.
That's also because DC doesn't know who's Robin right now either. Anyways, let's get on to the news. We got good stuff. Shout Studios lands the exclusive rights to Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, and other Jim Henson titles. This was kind of a news that broke. We don't have like details yet. There's still some stuff to go with. But essentially, these films had been previously released on home video by Sony, who were the rights holders of the films. But essentially, as of January 1st, Shout now holds the rights to the titles in the areas of streaming, video on demand, broadcast, digital, download, all package media, and limited non-theatrical rights. They were also given the behind-the-scenes specials Inside the Labyrinth and the World of Dark Crystal. And so though Shout versions of these will roll out February 6th. And then they also got, there was previous news that they got Farscape and The Storyteller, so there's other stuff that they're making deals with Jim Henson properties. Could Shout just like wrestle the Muppets away from Disney? Is that possible? It's not like Disney's doing anything with them, right? But this is great news, and I mean, they're probably gonna put out new 4Ks of Labyrinth and Dark Crystal, and maybe they'll be better than the Sony releases. So, Dark Crystal Netflix series, that would be a good pickup, Jeremy Carr. If Shout could get that, since Netflix isn't doing anything with it, like save that show. Shave that show for a disc release, right? You guys got any thoughts on the Jim Henson stuff, or just want to see what they
I
actually
just
do?
like seeing those are lesser talked about movies. So it's good to see them come out.
Like Dark Crystal, especially like Labyrinth gets a lot of attention because David Bowie. So it's great to see Dark Crystal especially get attention.
Yeah, because Sony did I think it was a 4K Labyrinth that came in like a storybook packaging, kind of like Criterion's Princess Bride. But the Dark Crystal was just a standard 4K. So let's see. Dustin Semino says Farscape was mentioned. I'm legally obligated to tell Rigel to shut up. I don't know the reference because I watched Farscape, but
I don't remember watching. I used to watch a little bit of it, but not enough to remember the characters' names.
Fraggle Rock, I think, is stuck with
Apple.
Apple.
Fraggle Rock.
I think Apple.
Is that Sony?
Fraggle.
Oh, Apple. Okay.
I was on Apple TV when I was watching Monarch, and I saw Fraggle Rock ads, and I'm like, "Oh right, Apple got them."
How is Monarch?
Monarch is a Godzilla show that stars Kurt Russell, and everybody would be talking about it if it was on any platform except for Apple TV Plus. If it was on Netflix or Prime Video or like Disney Plus or Max or whatever, if it was on any other platform that like people actually have. Because it's Apple, nobody's talking about it. But it's like, the show is really good, and it's probably like the best thing the MonsterVerse has ever produced, and yet nobody's talking about it because it's on Apple TV.
Cool.
It's on Apple TV. Doesn't that series also have an actual main gay character as the protagonist?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Which is actually great to hear.
The MonsterVerse finally said gay rights. It took them 10 years? But no, it show's fantastic. And Kurt Russell's son is playing the same character as him they do things in 2 time periods, like it's Commodore Kiva. And so like Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell are playing the same character. It's brilliant. Great show. And I wish more people talk about it. It wraps up next week. I mean, my Roku gave me 3 months of Apple TV Plus as some weird random deal where they're like, hit this button and you get Apple TV. Again, it's like, if it wasn't on Apple TV Plus, everybody would talk about it. It's great. It's really great. It's also hard to share Apple TV with your friends because they tie it to your Apple ID, and that's a whole security thing.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yes, yep. Because I had a trial of Apple TV, and I'm like, I want to... Wait, what?
Kentucky says, why didn't Max or WB put Monarch on their platform? Because they don't own it. Legendary owns the MonsterVerse. WB just distributes the movies.
It's Legendary.
People don't realize that. It's not...
People do not realize that Warner Brothers has zero stake or even any zero controlling creative interest in the MonsterVerse. They're just a distributor.
Because it's not like, is New Line Cinema owned by Warner Brothers or no? Oh, so I forget.
New Line Cinema is owned by Warner Brothers, but
yeah, it's not like that. No, Legendary is owned.
Legendary is an independent. They're not independent because I think they're owned by Tencent now, or Tencent has a stake in them. But anyways, Legendary is its own thing. They can work for any studio. Warner Brothers is just a distributor. So Warner Brothers gets a cut of the money, but they don't get any creative control. It's all Legendary, and Legendary goes through Toho. So that's why Monarch ended up at Apple. Also, because Apple spent the money on the show. Like, they actually spent the money on the show. I think it's like a weird catch-22, because if it was on Max or if it was on Prime Video, the show wouldn't have as much budget to work with, but people would have watched it. Versus on Apple, where they had the budget, but they just don't have the viewership. So...
Hey, you can watch Peanuts. You can watch some Peanut stuff on Apple TV.
I did watch some Peanut stuff.
That's the reason I got the trial before
Peanuts.
Peanuts, yeah,
the Peanuts. That's the only thing I watched on Apple TV though. It's like Monarch and Peanuts, and like Monarch's over, this week, and then I'm like, I don't know what else I'm going to watch on there for the next month and a half that I have Apple TV. But speaking of American adaptations, there's not news, psychos. It's all faint. There is no news. Just kidding. There's no news. Anyways, speaking of American adaptations of Japanese media, the original Guyver film is coming to 4K HD Blu-ray. But the big news is that this is going to come with the long-fabled and rarely seen by the public R-rated original cut of the movie.
It was not like lost media. It was not like lost media, but it was like never shown to the public or something, right?
Right. It was just they had it, but they never released it. Also, there hasn't been any Legendary Gundam movie news yet. But anyways, there is going to be 2 releases. The limited collector's edition. This is coming. What's the company that's doing this? Unearthed Films is the company. So it's a smaller label. It's coming out on May 21st, the 4K limited edition will include the 4K restoration of the original R-rated 35mm camera negative, which they were able to find, a Blu-ray of the movie with all new features, and a third disc containing the soundtrack.
Which
Plus
is
a
great because
booklet.
the Guyver has a really good soundtrack.
Yes. It's really great. So the thing is that the original movie was Vintage Weeb. Correction. The R-rated cut that was on the VHS and shown on HBO was not the original R-rated cut of the film. That was still cut down from the original. It was more than the PG thing, but the actual unrated R-rated cut of it was not actually shown to the public. They went back and they talked to the filmmakers and stuff, and that they confirmed that it's sort of like the director's cut of Blade Runner didn't have Ridley Scott involved, even though they called it a director's cut.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's like one of those things.
The guy was really obviously was cut down because I think the one scene I that was obvious that I feel like there's some cuts is Mark Hamill's monster transformation, because I feel like that was
there was also
cut.
reshoots to add on the campiness factor that didn't apparently exist.
That was really obvious, honestly.
Yeah. So and as Spindash mentioned, the Arrow Video Canada only release is also still censored. Yeah, this is going to be, from everything we're hearing, Unearthed Films actually got the original film print before any of the edits were made. Because everybody got cold feet on this movie after they made it, basically. When they were going to release it, they're like, oh, this can't commercially sell. We need to cut it down to, this and that. Anyways, going to have a commentary on the 4K disc. The Blu-ray disc will also include the commentary, the movie. You'll get interviews with producers, co-directors, suit tests with commentary, outtakes with commentary, gag roll with commentary, a production artwork gallery, alternate title sequence, and trailers. And then disc 3 will include the soundtrack. So yeah, does the R-rated cut make it better? Hopefully. The fun part is we haven't actually publicly we all haven't seen this. And so, the actual original cut, that is the part that, it's like, is it better? Who knows? Is it great that we're finally getting the original version of this film as it should have been intended? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's the important part. Yeah, Vintage Weeb, it's easy, because it was an R-rated cut on HBO. It just wasn't the original R-rated cut.
The first Guyver movie, I'm really curious because I think I love Dark Hero.
I love Dark Hero too. I just did not like the first one when I watched it.
The first film, the problem with the first film, in terms of the cut we got, it couldn't figure out what tone it wanted to be.
Exactly.
So I'm hoping this art cut, this true R-rated cut, has the actual what the director and such.
And the commentary track, I'm sure, will be very revealing about the changes and why they were made and stuff. The bonus features on this are going to be just as valuable as the disc itself, as the movie itself. Adding to this, cool. There is also a collector's edition that is going to be released with different cover art. I kind of like this cover art more, but that's besides the point. This, from what I can tell, is the same release. It's just going to be just the Blu-ray. It's just going to be the Blu-ray disc with the movie from its 4K transfer presented in 1080, all the bonus features, but you don't get the 4K and you don't get the soundtrack CD. So there's going to be 2 releases. So essentially this cover here is going to be the limited edition with the 4K and the soundtrack. And then this cover here will be just the Blu-ray. No pre-orders yet, but they are forthcoming. I imagine this is coming out in May. I'll update everybody when the pre-orders go up because I haven't seen anything go up yet. I'm assuming Amazon will be a place to buy it if Unearthed Films goes through there. It's a company I've heard about in good things. It's not like when Cleopatra Entertainment got a certain Ultraman. Yeah.
I remember
that. Spindash is excited to see the movies. He's never seen either of them. I watched both. I thought the PG-13 cut of the first one was too inconsistent.
Goofy.
And then
too
goofy.
It got bought. Because
it had Beetleborg's tone. Kind of flipped with
Scream
violent dark stuff.
You get Scream at George usual body horror stuff, and then you get Beetleborg's comedicness.
It was very inconsistent and strange. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in its original form. Smith the Crow asks, Is there a Japanese track? Did not see anything mentioned about language tracks. We'll probably get those details when the orders
Was
go
the film
up.
ever dubbed in Japanese?
It might have been. I don't know. It's not a thing I know off the top of my head.
Me neither.
But very, very much looking
Yeah.
forward to what they're going to put out. 'cause
Has
this
it
should be good.
have the live action Fist North Star movie ever been released like in 4K?
I don't
Or
think.
is that only on?
It's probably only like a DVD. I don't know if I got a Blu-ray. Mr. Suzuki, anyone know when this gets pre-order? I no pre-order yet, but since it's coming out in May, most companies are soliciting for March or April right now, so it should be in the next few weeks. I hope they can wrestle Dark Hero away from Warner Brothers and we get like a 4K Dark Hero because that'd be really great. Spin Dash says, have you ever seen Star Kid? Similar premise of alien suit bonding with human, but for kids. That sounds fun. Yeah, we need the Guyver OVA coming out again would be great. That'd be great. All right. You guys got any other thoughts on Guyver besides this is great, can't wait, super excited for May 21st?
You said it yourself, honestly.
Yeah, cool. In further follow-up news, Sonic Prime Season 1 now has cover art. This is going to be released. When is this coming out?
Did they say how many episodes
March
is on
12th.
this?
Well, we didn't know how many episodes, but the back cover shows us 8 episodes, which makes up the first chunk of episodes.
I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. It's season 1. I knew it was going to be I hate that. It's not... I hate them calling it seasons because it's not seasons. It's all one big episode.
Yeah, Netflix has this scam going on with animation right now where they're like, oh, we got you a... they tell the animation crew, here's your 1 season, 26 episode order. And then they tell the public, here's season 1, it's 8 episodes. Here's season 2, it's 8 episodes. Like, they just split up a 1 season into 3 chunks and then call it seasons to the public. But on the back end, that means nobody's getting pay raises per season. Because it's all just 1 season behind the scenes. So... now, will this be a good release? Considering it's an HD show where all the work is already done for them, I don't see InCircle screwing this up. Because this is InCircle again. It should be like Boom. It should just they should just put it out and it should be no problem. We'll see how it happens. But yeah, is Sonic Prime good? I like it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's fun. I still like Boom more, but that's me.
Quote unquote season 3 does come out this week, which is the final batch.
True.
So
yeah, I forgot that was this week even. Yeah. Now, is there a chance they'll do 3 season sets and then do a complete set after? Yep. Probably.
Yeah, it's gonna be a steelbook. It'll probably be because
it'll probably be like Boom, like individual seasons and then a complete set at the end. That would make sense. I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna buy them as they come out just in case. But
I would say that like the Boom set. I know a lot of people kind of got rocked by insert because of the second game Underground set, but the Boom
set's still good.
Really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. The disc art having each individual character, so I kind of have high hopes for this one in terms of quality.
I think it'll be good. Because I think a lot of the problems that come with these SatAM and Underground sets, first of all, I don't know what they were doing putting them on so few discs. But second of all, the masters that they got from Wild Brain were just stupid.
Garbage.
They're just bad. But yeah, I'd say Sonic Prime's good. Kaiju 1954. That's a good question about Pokemon Concierge. Why was that only 4 episodes? That was less than an hour in total length.
I didn't watch that. I heard good things.
It was so good, but I got to the end of it and I'm like, wow, thanks for the pilot episode. It was 4 15-minute episodes basically, and
wow, that's
it was delightful. But I watched it all in one sitting because that was it. It was super short. I really thought it was delightful, and so I'm wondering if it is one of those situations where they're going to get more episodes later. Because if that's it, I'd be sad. I really want more of it. Because I don't know. I really enjoyed. I don't watch, as many people know, I haven't watched Pokemon anime in 15 years or more, and I don't have any chance to go back. I don't watch Pokemon stuff, but Concierge was so good that I was like, I got to watch this, and it was delightful.
How was was it InCircle who did the CG Masters set?
That was Mill Creek.
Oh, that was Mill Creek, okay.
And you can find out about my thoughts on the Mill Creek CG Master of the Universe set in my upcoming Blu-ray haul. That's probably going to be this week. On Wednesday or Friday. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, it was only 4 episodes for Pokemon Concierge. I see some people going, what? It was only 4? Mr. Tanuki, that's a good point. Felt like an OVA cut into 4 episodes. That's exactly what it felt like. Oh, absolutely. And
honestly, that's probably what it was made for. Honestly,
that would make a lot of sense. Like, it's kind of I had that thought process with a lot of like Netflix anime where I'm like, this feels like an OVA that they just chopped up to be episodes. Common Pikachu, are any of the Pokemon movies on Blu-ray? Yes, almost all of them.
Except for the Miramax era, like Hoenn era films. Those are stuck in Miramax jail.
They're not exactly not Hoenn era because it's Pokemon Forever, Pokemon Heroes, Jirachi, and Deoxys. Then for some reason, Lucario and Ranger aren't on Blu-ray yet.
Those are Warner Bros. I think Warner Bros. It was Viz. Yeah, so they didn't release those still.
They can still release those. I don't know what. I don't know why those haven't released. I think they didn't. They just announced, what was it? The Black and White collection.
Yes.
Yeah. Spin Dash says movies 4 to 7 are out of print Blu-ray. Yeah, they did come out on Blu-ray through Miramax, but they're long gone at this point. Hey, welcome, Cameron. Yeah, I don't know. Viz has 8 and 9. So like, where's the 2-pack of those? Or they try to like hold out on Miramax and see if somebody's going to sell the company again. And then
they might want to do that because they might want to do a big Hoenn like pack.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Common Pikachu, if you want 1 to 3, they put them out in a 3-pack. You can get those pretty easily.
I say Hoenn pack, but plus Forever and
Heroes.
And Heroes because those you can't really make a Johto pack because they lumped 3 with the because they only lumped 3 with the first 2.
I gotta wonder though if one of the options is like, they do a 2-pack of Johto movies, but then they throw in like Revenge of Mewtwo. Like that TV special.
Oh yeah, Mewtwo Returns. Yeah,
Mewtwo Returns. I forgot what the name was. I was just like, I'm just gonna. My brain was like, cannot remember the title, and it was just like Revenge of Mewtwo.
That was like the first film.
Yeah, so like I think they might throw in that TV special. They might throw that TV special in.
That's Johto era.
Yeah, so they maybe we'll see. Because also I think that Pokemon Mirage special they packed with the Lucario DVD.
Yeah,
that could come out as part of that too. But anyways, yeah, so that's that. Pokemon tangent aside, Shout Factory's. Oh yeah, that's right. No Pikachu shorts or commentary.
That's always the problem with the Pokemon. Mini releases. Sometimes it sounds like they look with the Pikachu shorts. Sometimes they don't.
I think I have almost all. I need to go through my collection again. I think I have all the Pokemon movies on DVD up until like. I think I got Power of 1, and then I just didn't buy anything after that. Because I got tired of like the remake sort of thing. And I have some of the Blu-rays, but I don't have all of them. And as Jeremy Carr says, we only have 18 likes. I don't know what the actual count is because I'm not looking at it, but y'all hit the like button if you haven't. I really appreciate it. It helps the stream get out there. Because then more people can know about Shout Factory's upcoming March releases. You guys ready for this? Because this is going to be weird. All right, first up, 1997, Stephen King's The Shining, the TV miniseries adaptation that Stephen King actually liked. Anybody got thoughts on The Shining?
Because I think he co-wrote this one. It's fine. It's more boring.
It's more accurate to the book, which is not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
Cash, you got any hard thoughts on The Shining?
The miniseries.
Oh my god, I didn't realize I was muted the entire time. Oh no. I was talking.
Oh.
I was trying to say why. That's why adaptations change things. Because I didn't know that Stephen King hated the other one, but that one was at least made.
Yeah, Cubist. I think he's more.
Give us a sub. Yeah.
Toma
gifted a sub. We're gonna wait to see who pops up, and then we'll continue. Nerd Channel was gifted a membership by Toma. Thanks, Toma. She said because we got to 20 likes, so buttons, guys. All right. Anyways, as you were saying about the adaptation and how Stephen King hated the Kubrick movie.
People like you, but you need people to change it to fit storytelling in a 2-hour or however long it was movie.
Yeah,
I think Stephen King's
now. And this one was.
I think Stephen
more
King
accurate.
I think Stephen King's now changed his mind on the Kubrick film. More of like he's now like accepted for what it is now. But back in the day, he didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
because it's like okay, it's more accurate. But guess what? Since it's a book, you got all the slow dialogue parts. Like
no. House according to anime fans say it was not 1-to-1 like the manga. It was bad.
Oh gosh, could we have
Yeah.
Yu Yu Haku? Do we want to do Yu Yu Hakusho discourse about how long it takes Yusuke to
Oh
revive?
boy. Yeesh. I'm glad the anime changed a lot of things, actually.
It's funny because Kaus read all of Yu Yu Hakusho last year, and then from his experience, I have decided I'm not going to read Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm just going to watch the anime again and just enjoy that.
Yeah, no, that's what I actually
Yeah.
suggest.
I'm not double
Not that
dipping on it.
the manga's bad, but
The manga has a filler arc,
the
though.
pacing. Yeah, there's a lot of weird pacing, and it's
That's
because
me
he
with
was getting
that's me with Jujutsu
tired of
Kaisen.
it.
That's me with
Oh, for
Jujutsu
real?
Kaisen because like the manga not the pace is not bad in the manga, but I think the anime add a lot of oomph to a lot of scenes. They give a
Yeah.
lot more like that's always it's like one of those good adaptations where like it adds to the experience.
Kind
and
of like
takes
how
away.
Naruto's anime actually gives character to most of Naruto's classmates,
Mhm.
as
Yeah, no, it
opposed to
actually
like
does.
10-10 not having a fighting style at all.
Like did the anime really great her weapon style
Yes,
technique.
10-10's weapon style technique was essentially created by the anime because they needed her to do something, and so Kishimoto drew it into one. He drew all these weapons on the page where Tamari defeats 10-10. Like tuning exams, Naruto. Not to get off track again, but we just keep doing this. It's Monday. I don't care. Anyways, the thing is that in Naruto in the tuning exams, which is really early on. There is a episode that it's during the tournament arc of the tuning exams. Tamari fights 10-10, and Tamari kicks 10-10's ass pretty hard. In the manga, it's on at the end of the previous chapter. It's they're gonna have a fight. The first
And
page
then
of
the
the
next
next chapter is Tamari as 10-10 laid out on Tamari's
over.
fan,
Yeah.
and there's all these
Over her
weapons
fan,
laying
like, that's
everywhere,
it.
and it's like,
Yep.
what? I remember
it.
watching the anime. Because I had read the manga first, thanks to Shonen Jump, and I was watching the anime for Naruto, and I was like, when we got to the episode where Tamari and 10-10 fight, I'm like, oh great, it's just gonna like, it's gonna be over in like 2 seconds, right? Because she's just gonna beat her easily, and then the anime was like, nope, 20-minute fight scene between these two, and I was just like, as a kid, I was so hyped. I was like, this is why I'm doing both. This is why I'm reading and watching this. I don't know how I ever stopped.
That's why film. That's why that's good. That's called good.
That's
filler,
good film.
people. Not every filler is bad.
I mean,
Super
there's
Saiyan
some
2
bad filler
Goku
in
Vegeta
Naruto,
fight.
like the boat
Oh yeah,
arc.
that's another one.
good.
That's another one. That's another good example.
Yep. Remember that sound out? The Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Vegeta fight?
Yeah.
Never got shown in the manga.
Yep.
But the anime turned into like one of the coolest fights ever.
Where Kai, where even Kai kept it. Kept it.
Welcome, Infinite. Yeah, and like Bathius Laura said, Tintin never did anything in the manga. Even during the war, she uses Basho Sen's done off screen in the manga. Yeah. Legitimately, like a lot of the 10-10, like Kiba has a whole arc about being Naruto's like sub-rival that just doesn't exist in the manga. It's only in the filler. Like there's a lot of stuff. Like you would never know Kiba was so hurt that Naruto beat him at the tuning exams if it wasn't for the filler in Shippuden. Like there's a whole character arc there that just didn't exist in the manga.
And then he finds out Naruto is Ninja Jesus, and I guess he felt a little bitter.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I lost to the product. Never mind.
I finally like. I'm getting through the boat arc in Naruto. It was weird. They were just like boat arc episodes all back to back, and then suddenly they just stopped featuring Naruto on the boat, and they just started doing these one-offs where it's like the girls have like a girls' night out at the barbecue place. Kiba goes asks Kakashi to train him because he needs to be stronger than Naruto. Like there's all these like, Sai has a day off where he reminisces about his past, and I'm like, why was this not the whole arc?
Have you got to Mecha Naruto yet?
No.
Oh man, yeah.
I haven't. I haven't even started the Great Ninja War because I've been stuck on this boat.
Now you know how Berserk fans feel.
Exactly. I do. I sympathize with Berserk fans. All right, back to Blu-rays. Today's topic, tangenting into random directions. Quickly down under, which
what
shout...
happens?
Yeah.
What happens when we have small news?
Happy New Year, Vision Films. Quickly Down Under, which Shout previously released on Blu-ray, is now getting a 4K Blu-ray release. Their Blu-ray was pretty good on this, so yeah, I didn't think I even told my mom about this. This is one of her favorite movies. I'm probably just gonna buy it for her and be like, surprise! 4K.
I always heard about this movie. I mean, it's one of those like bucket list like movie, classic movie. Which
you should check it out. It's got an amazing
did-
soundtrack. Like the
actually did
soundtrack
watch-
plays in my head rent free.
I actually didn't watch Scrooge after how much you talked about it. That film's great.
Yeah, Scrooge is great. Spin Dash. The stream is having its own filler arc. I wish I could pin comments. Can I? I wish I could pin comments because I would totally pin that comment. Yeah. Mr. Juki says I like Indiana Jones knockoffs. It's a good one. Yep, totally. That's Tom Selleck. If anybody's ripping off Tom Selleck, if Don Fry was not ripping off Tom Selleck because they're both legends. Anyways, Over the Edge. Watch out for children. I don't know what this movie is. This is coming out.
I thought you were talking about that DreamWorks movie for a second.
No, not Over the Hedge. Is that what it was called?
Yes.
I'm trying to not remember the 2000s. Anyways, I don't know what this is. That's coming out. The 2013 version of Carrie is getting a 4K.
Ooh, my mom loves that movie.
Oh, nice.
Oh wait, no, 2013. You said.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's seen that one.
Oh, anyways, that one's coming out on 4K. And we've got K-19, The Widowmaker, a Harrison Ford, Liam Neeson film, which I sort of remember existing.
I actually vaguely remember that movie.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like I vaguely remember it, but I don't know if I've ever seen it. And Child's Play.
Oh boy.
Which one is this? Hold
on. Child's Play is
Child's Play 2019.
The Mark Hamill one. The Mark Hamill one.
Yeah.
Smartphone's Bad, the movie.
Yep. Welcome, Graciasi. So that rounds out Shout's March releases. This isn't news, but I felt like talking about it for like 5 minutes. I don't want to talk about this for hours, but it's news.
Enough.
Anyways, it's kind of news. Friend of the channel, Josh, Living Ranger Key, posted like this was all the Cosmic Fury, Power Rangers Cosmic Fury merch that existed.
Oh god.
It's literally like a lunchbox, a Megazord, a Morpher, and a roleplay set. And
depression.
Geek with Chris, formerly Toku Chris, mentioned that he said a little birdie told me at SDCC they put Power Rangers in a full case. It put Power Rangers in a full case because they were originally going to show the Megazord and upcoming figures on the bottom shelf, but when the axe fell, they had to fill the shelf with something, hence a shelf of nothing but Cosmic Fury morphers. So yeah, I mean, people have been asking like, what happened to those listings for the Cosmic Fury figures?
Yeah, because there was listings. Like it was like red. Was it red, blue, pink? No, red, blue, black. Was it?
It was something like red, blue. Yeah, it was like only 3 of them. And then Chris followed up saying, "I've heard 2 things: the figures never got past design stage, and I heard the tooling was completed, but production never started. Either way, it's not good when you spend money on creating something only to decide not to finish it. That's not a hiatus, a cancellation. I mean, that's kind of how things went last year with Power Rangers. It just kind of farted and then it was done.
Again, as many people pointed out, because thank God they are. This isn't just a Power Rangers thing.
Oh no,
it's just
Hasbro. I said that at the end of my rundown as well. This is more of a reflection of Hasbro than it is Power Rangers. Like, I think Hasbro's just having too many problems as a company because of their poor management. But at least, if anybody's waiting for those Cosmic Fury figures, it's time to stop waiting. They're not coming. Yeah, they're apparently going to show them if Chris's sources are accurate, which a lot of times they are. If they're accurate, he went to SDCC, so the figures are probably not coming. If they were coming, they would have shown them there. They had a whole booth for it. So
it's a combination of what I imagine what happened. It's a combination of franchise break, so press the hold brakes.
Also retail support, because like my Target still has Dino Fury figures that are collecting dust.
It's also I won't be surprised that because I imagine they were going to use the 6-inch mold, the Beast Morphers. But since Hasbro, by the looks of it, is moving every basic figure to their Epic Heroes line style figures, they didn't want Power Rangers to be like. They decided it's like nope, because if Power Rangers brings back and let's come back. Their basic line is gonna be under the Epic Heroes, like 4-inch line.
The new tiny figures that hold less value than a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, that's Hasbro's new basic figure. Like that's for because they're now doing that for Star Wars.
Yeah, and so that's entirely possible that they're like, let's just not do this larger scale for kids anymore. I do like Spin Dash saying, makes original designs to simplify toy design, doesn't make toys. Yeah, that's how you know a lot of this stuff was last minute. Same thing with like Wave 15 being the last Lightning Collection wave for now. It's like, that wasn't planned to be that way.
Yeah,
that's just what happened.
There's one thing that really bothers me with the fandom is people, like, blaming the team in such oh, why you do this and that? That's not their fault. Things just happen.
It was a decision made from up above. And the people making decisions from up above cut, like, almost 2,000 employees in the last 12 months. So they're not really that smart. So, let's talk about a franchise that's thriving instead. Ninja Turtles. Paramount and IDW have re-upped their contract. And the Turtles comics are going to be continuing for the foreseeable future. They didn't mention how long the contract's been renewed, but they're hitting issue 150 this year. So it's still going, which means it's still making money, which is good. And IDW really needs this.
Let's see if they need writers. Let's apply to be script writers.
I want to do a Ninja Turtles miniseries. I want to write a miniseries about like Mondo Gecko. Like just about Mondo Gecko. Nobody else is showing up, just him. It's going to be like his journey to find his... That
be like a cool like character study, like
like a deep character study on Mondo, especially using the IDW Mondo Gecko as a basis. Like I can work a lot with that. He'll the thing is, it'd be one of those two. Like he finds his true family, and it's like he's got his own skater family of geckos, and they're all just like they're different like lizards and stuff.
They all just
oh, that'd be cool.
They all just dude. Yeah, they're like a skater family. Got each other's back. They're all orphans and stuff, or they're just like they're rejected by their families, and so they have to skate together because that's the only thing they got.
Isn't this just Mutant Mayhem?
Kind of, but like it's a little bit deeper than Mutant Mayhem. There's going to be a lot more emotional damage. Anyways, I don't know where we got, but like hey IDW, call me up. I'll write a Mondo Gecko series for you. Let's see. TMNT Transformers has surprisingly never happened. Everybody wants it, just except for the people involved.
Well, what was it? I think people theorized the Stranger Thing collab was meant to be Turtles, but they couldn't get the license, so they used Stranger Things.
Yep. Also, shout out to this cover art, because I don't know who did the art because they didn't credit the artist. But this issue 150 cover has like all the characters on it that have shown up in the last 12 years. I love the IDW Ninja Turtles.
I soon to get more of the hardcover books. I have volume 1 and I loved it. I think
only 14 more to go till you're caught up, being a year and a half behind.
I don't mind. I'm also collecting the issues when they come out, like the current arc. I've been getting since one. I think anything post Armageddon game I've been getting.
Togepunk, you did miss Guyver Talk. We're on Turtle Talk, but you can rewind to Guyver Talk.
1, 2, 3,
4 Turtles. All right, so they were up on Target. I think they're sold out at the moment. I just wanted to talk about these. The Ninja Turtles 2003 reissues are here. They've just done the Turtles. I'm hoping there's more in the works, but they did go up. They're $12, $11.99 US. And I wanted to talk about them for a bit because I don't have any intention of buying these because I have the originals. I've had them for 20 years.
I do.
I'm old.
Because
I'm old and I had these when I was a child. Jerry, can you relate?
Well, yeah, because I still have my 90s turtle toys.
Yeah, I have my 90s turtles too.
Do you remember the ones I'm talking about where they could flip?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think they just reissued those or something, right? Like
Arno's the one that are heavily based off the first issue of the Mirage comics with the more like triangle heads.
Yeah, I think so. The flipping ones. The flipping ones are cool.
I also have the mutant ones where they could mutate from baby to turtle.
They just reissued those. They just reissued those.
When I was little, I hated those. I had them, but I hated them because 5-year-old me, for some reason, was terrified of the adult turtles. I kept them in baby form.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious!
Could not handle it.
I know because they just released the first Turtles, and I think they just re-released Rocksteady and Bebop.
We'll talk about Bebop and Rocksteady in a moment. It's on the news topics.
The
mutating. I have the mutating Splinter, which I think is like one of the coolest figures ever made. Like I love mutating Splinter. Wow.
You getting drop frames?
Yep. Drop frames. Okay, I think we're fine.
Like me, every time.
All right.
We're still live,
You guys want to see the figure that
Yeah, we're
terrified
still
me as a
live,
kid?
Well, I did want to mention.
Pizza throwing Leo horrified me as a
those.
child. And every time I'd find it in
figures.
my toy box, I would literally just like toss it into the toy box.
That
again.
would scare. That would also scare 5-year-old me for sure.
I mean, you know what's more terrifying?
That face.
You know what's more terrifying? The Toon Turtles. I hate the Toon Turtles.
Oh,
They're not
those
even
are
acting the cartoon.
Those are mental. By the way, apologies in advance if I start using British slang like a kid that watches too much Peppa Pig. I've been on a Doctor Who kick. It's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen, guys. I don't know how to stop it.
The team.
Yeah. Let's go back to the reissues. Okay.
I'm super happy that they're pretty much close to the original.
And here's where I decided to make this a segment because, hey, look, here's pictures of the original Raph from TMNTtoys.com because they got a whole like photo archive. So here's the original Raph figure itself. The new one is definitely a brighter green, which is kind of typical for Playmates, right? And but he comes with the same accessories almost. There is one exception. You guys notice here he has this like handlebar thing for a zip line. The original one came with a rope. The new one, because of modern safety standards, does not come with a rope.
Yeah. So like,
only difference, but at least they give you the thing that the rope that goes on the rope. You can just use your rope.
I think that was the thing that excited me the most when I saw these. They include the extra weapons because I thought they were just gonna be basic releases, just only the weapons and that's it. So seeing
they even kept Leo's suction cups.
Yep.
Which were one of my favorite accessories as a kid, and I'm convinced I may have lost them when I moved from an apartment to a house because I might have left them on a window. I've never found them since. I might buy the reissue just for the suction cups.
But yeah, I think the only major difference besides the only other difference I think besides Raph not coming a rope is Donnie's extra weapons. I think they were
before we go there, I did want to point out, unlike the first releases of these, which had just the main turtle head, they're all packed on the 4 turtle heads packaging style.
That was the card for
everybody else
that were in the turtles.
Yeah,
they probably did this to save money. They did because they all just use the same card.
Probably to save money, but it's also immediately easily to tell which is the reissue and which is the original.
Yep,
like if you're shopping around.
Besides the Nickelodeon logo.
Yeah, because see, these had so many releases over the years, but yeah, you can at least tell. Besides the Nick logo, you can tell instantly that's the reissue. But yeah, same accessories: 2 suction cups, 2 throwing stars, 2 swords. Like they've done a good job, I think, recreating these figures and making them work. I forgot, what is this box that Mikey comes with?
It's like some kind of zip line. Like it's like a it's like a zip line like wrap, but it's not like a thing. It's not like a
it's not a rope thing, right? Oh, it's get a grip. Oh, it's I remember now. You pull the string, and then Mikey holds on to the other thing, and then he zip lines up. It's like a retracting string.
Yeah, like those gargoyle things that some Spider-Man figures used to come with. It's like those. Yeah.
I have one somewhere actually. I have a thing. Is it still sitting in my desk drawer? Did I leave the accessories for the toy box Spider-Man in here? Apparently I did not. Or this drawer's a mess. Who knows? We just roll with the punches here. Anyways, yeah, I don't feel like digging for it. But basically, yeah, you pull the rope out and then he retracts. And that's fine under safety standards because you can't choke a child with one of those because they retract too easily. It's probably shorter though. I imagine the rope is shorter if it's there. And then, yeah, let's talk about Donnie, because he's got the axe and the sword thing that you can plug onto the ends of the bow staff, which always seemed kind of hardcore. Let's go look at the original. And it's pretty much the same. The only difference is you only get 1 bow staff this time.
Yeah. Were they brown? Were they brown or black?
They were brown on the original.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I knew it was I knew they changed to black.
Yeah. Let's see, because if we're looking at... yeah, the weapons are like a dark brown. The second release weapons were black. So...
Okay.
Yeah. And the second release only came with 1 bow staff. For some reason, the first release was like, here's 2 bow staffs. But the second release,
one's meant to be regular, one's meant to be your armor, like the axe and one.
Oh, but it's weird. The third release with the video game code had 2.
Oh god, that brings back memories of playing.
I had the video game code versions. Those are the ones I had. I
remember
never
playing
had the video
Tenchi.
game, but I had the codes.
I remember playing the Tenchi video game, and all I remember is Mikey when Mike has like a jump attack, and he always
Yeah.
goes 8 feet every time he does that.
So anyways, these are coming out soon. They'll be in stores and stuff. They were on Target's website earlier this week.
I know some of you already found them already in
Yeah,
stores.
I might pick up Leo for his suction cups. If I'm being honest.
As someone who never owned these,
I really like
just
those
a
suction
sentence
cups.
itself.
as someone who grew up with Tenchi but never owned these versions.
Yeah.
I was 3 and I was collecting Transformers as a kid, so I'm happy to get these because the only complete set of Tenchi Turtles I had were the fast forward ones, and then as a stupid kid, I ruined them because TMNT was coming out at the same time, so I stupidly Sharpie pupils on their white eyes.
Yeah.
I was 7. I was like, I want to be accurate to the thing I'm seeing right now.
Oh my god.
It's okay. When I was little, I had mini figurines of Power Rangers, and I used to sharpen their hands because I thought I could use them as crayons. You know.
That's not a bad idea though.
I wonder if any kids that like try to take off the animal symbols on the Mighty Morphin Rangers. I always wonder.
I think I did. I didn't like them on my. I didn't like the one. You could rub them off pretty easily because they're just tampographs. But anyways, one of the things I did as a 14-year-old was repaint Universe Nemesis Prime to have red windows because I thought it looked bad with the teal color.
Yeah.
It was a really poor paint job, but boy, was I proud of it. Anyways, in the Ninja Turtle reissues, in case we just got too modern for you, let's go back to the 80s with mutating Bebop, or as I like to call him, whitewashed Bebop.
Yeah, I saw this. I was like, I spread Playmates in remold because these reissues are not like 100% like original.
I don't know why they kept them whitewashed. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, I'm surprised you didn't make him black. Like, you listen to me.
They do so many random color changes to these reissues, but yet the one thing they could have done, the one thing I wish they would have done, they didn't. They're like, nope, you still get white Bebop. I'm just like, anyways, it works like the original, you know. It's funny because even on the art, he's got at least some color to his skin, you know. Packaging artists were like, wait, this is wrong. They at least put some coloring to them, but I like how this one's like 100% the original toy instead of like the one change everybody would have been fine with. And then we also, nothing really wrong with this one besides its proportions. The Rocksteady is also. I think I have the Rocksteady. I remember having a Rocksteady.
It always weirds me out that the Evergreen art for 80s Turtles looks like they used these toys as the reference for.
Yeah, it's because it is kind of like they use these. It's weird. When are they going to put out Mutating Splinter again? Because mine never had a tail.
I always wanted to re-release Splinter and the Shredder. Okay. I always liked that Shredder.
There was a mutating Shredder?
Oh, it was less mutating, but more Oroku Saki becoming Shredder.
Oh, dude, this is like... Oh, they need to reissue this now. Like, tomorrow.
You didn't know about this
is rad. I didn't know about this. This is rad.
I never saw it growing up.
He literally just, like, his armor just flips out from his robes.
They also
wait a minute.
They remolded. They slightly remolded the figure for 2003, giving the cartoon accurate head and the 2003 Shredder armor. It was, and besides that, everything else was pretty much the same.
No, this is freaking cool. I want this.
Wait, did I? No, I had Splinter.
Yeah, I know because I had Splinter as a kid for sure.
Do you have the one that turned into a fire engine or a bus or whatever?
What?
Later? No. You didn't know? Like, do you know later on they did like vehicle? Like,
I didn't also know they made it, guys. I didn't even know this whole wave right here existed. Sorry, I know we're just going into another filler arc again, but like, there's literally like barely any news left, so it's fine. April the Tiger April.
I think that's accurate to the cartoon.
that is a thing from the cartoon. Toka and Razar, I assume, just work like the turtles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does the foot soldier turn into? A robot? It's already a robot.
Well,
that's just striptease foot soldier, guys. Like,
Oh no, or like fake. It's like fake gore. You take off the hood and
Yeah.
it's a robot.
It's like Cyclotron from the Superpowers line. You just take the skin off. Road Ready Mutations. Here they are. What the hell? Guys, you wanted your Transformers Ninja Turtles. Here they are. They made them in 1990, whatever.
They're already here.
What are we looking at? I love how Shredder, like, is he's a total shell for, like, he just turns, like, he's just Arik the Conqueror. You just fold the cape around and you're done. I mean, that Donatello's impressive, though. Like, that it gets into a car and it looks like he's driving
He's like the best one. He's like the best one out of this group.
And why does Splinter become the turtle van?
I don't know why. But you know what the best part? They have them look like they're driving the vehicle. So
Yes.
in the windows.
No, I like that.
Oh my god! Like, can you imagine the turtles inside a Splinter thing? You're like, hey guys, I don't want to freak you out, but
oh, Toma, give this sub. Toma, give a sub.
I'm painting the mental image Splinter. Now. Primary Element has been gifted a sub by Toma K. Thank you, Toma K. I'm sorry I'm laughing so much because I was just picturing like the 4 turtles riding in the van. They just turn around and there's just a giant rat head. And they're like, Dad? You okay there? Like, oh my god.
Wasn't there a gag in Rise where Splinter had to use like books to drive the turtle van?
Yeah, he had to use the books. He was too short. Matthews, Laura, quick, get inside me, my sons. Splinter.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
I'm glad I told you about these. I'm glad I told you.
I'm so glad you mentioned these. I've never seen these before in my life, and now I'm so happy I have. I feel like all our lives are better for having seen these. Oh wait, what are auto mutations? Are these? What do these do? Oh, these are lame. These are much lamer.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. The kick's done. We're done. The Let's Find Insane Turtles toys just kind of died off pretty quick, huh? Giant. There were giant versions of the mutatings.
They were.
Giant mutating. How big were these? Because they look like the same toy.
Wait.
They're huge.
I think that's the one I had. Don't that's exactly what I had.
Oh, you had the giant mutating ones then.
I had the giant ones. And you see their faces when they're normal? That scared the crap out of me when I was 5.
You know, like the big...
Oh, totally, yeah.
Because they were so angry looking. Yeah, I was like, 5-year-old me was terrified of that.
Yeah, I can't blame you there. I mean, the turtle form's cute. Look at that.
The turtle form is... That's why I kept them in the turtle form.
I like we're doing childhood trauma alongside turtle talk.
Were there other
childhood trauma today?
Just so everyone knows on the news docket that's watching and why we're doing this, there's 1 Marvel Legend we already knew about, 2 Figuarts, and some Ultraman like tiny stuff to go. Like we have time to go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, look at the time. We still have time left. We have still like 30 minutes left.
Oh my god, kid me would be terrified if I saw all of these in one spot.
So I'm not alone in that. All right, good. I wasn't alone in that.
Also, the pizza throwing. Oh god, look at all the pizza throwing together.
Do you know about the? Do you know the legends of Farmer Mike?
No.
Sounds familiar.
You don't know about the Farmer Mike figure? It's like the most infamous joke in the Turtles fandom. Farmer Mike. That's what every kid's wants.
Oh my god. It's just a standalone release. It's not even in a wave, and it comes with a tractor.
Yeah, that's what every kid wants.
Character.
Why does that tractor toy look familiar?
It's probably reused for another Playmates line.
It's entirely possible I have that tractor without pizza stickers on it.
But so that's what every kid wants from Ninja Turtles. Mikey is a farmer.
God, they were riding. Anyone wondering why Playmates is just like Playmates, people are like, oh, why is Playmates just always like doing reissue? They have no idea what they're doing and they never have. They just threw everything at the wall and stuff stuck. There is no plan. Super 7 tweeted a Thundercats tweet. That is news to me. I'm gonna look that up. Filler when TMNT went to April's farmhouse. I mean, you know, that's the only way this makes sense.
Cameron Medder. Who do you want
Mr.
to voice?
Tanuki. Michelangelo's actor is iconic. What are you talking about? I loved his arc during the famine.
Cameron
Yes.
Medder also. Who do you want to voice Cheddar in Mutant Mayhem 2?
Somebody that's not famous.
Someone is actual Asian,
Actual Asian actor who's not famous. I'm tired of famous people in animated movies, if I'm being honest. But is Hiroyuki
But they're
Sanada
famous.
famous? Because if he's not considered famous, he can qualify. I like Hiroyuki Sanada a lot. So,
Well, he's not doing anything, is he?
he's always doing something, but it's never anything that would like keep him too busy to do Ninja Turtles. You know, like he's constantly popping up and stuff, and I'm like, I always like him in everything I see him in, but I'm like, man, why do you not get bigger roles? He's just like character actor. Like you need a samurai, you need a yakuza, you need him to play Scorpion. Like, Scorpion's the biggest part he ever got. It's just sad. He's so good, but I'm like, why does he not get more work? He was in John Wick 4. Oh, I'm not gonna watch John Wick. Anyways. Oh god, I'm so glad. Smith the Crow said we wish you a Turtle Christmas figures. I'm glad those don't exist.
What? NECA's gonna do them next.
They probably will. I mean, they already did the Out of Their Shells tour.
They better had the black sock feet. They better had the black socks for feet.
They did actually do an Out of the Shells tour box set for Comic-Con.
I really wanted to do. I really hope they make the Shredder, the horrible Shredder and Casey, for that concert.
I don't want them to make the Casey. I'd have to buy it. Oh my god, Turtles is something. I know this is just I should change this from news time to Turtle time, but
Hey, the Texas Green. The Texas Green.
the hell is this supposed to be?
Oh no, what do you find?
Super 7, how do you just keep tweeting pictures of the Sword of Omens and thinking that's a tease for something? I don't know what that means. There's too many things it could be. Also, the fact it's on the stand thing from the first episode is making me think that they're going to make the Naked Thundercats.
Oh no.
Is this Child Lion OTs right here?
Oh no, I'm scared.
It's the perfect way to out people.
Because I know Brian Flynn said, do people actually want that? And someone told him yes, and now I'm afraid that it's actually come to fruition.
I mean, how much characters do they have left for Thundercats?
They still got a bunch. I'm still missing the
yeah.
We don't have Snurfer. We got more Lunatacs. Like, see, this is the stand that the Sword of Omens first was shown on, like way back when, right? Like that's the stand pedestal, and that first episode was when they had the Kid Lion-O before he got aged up in the time skip. It's not really a time skip. They travel for a day and he aged 20.
Yeah, he's already frozen.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm worried. What are people saying? I know this is Twitter and we shouldn't open the comments, but what are people saying in the comments? Back Metal Lion-O, Kid Lion-O, Astral, Bandai Tribute. This is beautiful. I wish I was able to get that layer. And Scale Replica? Definitely not Scale Replica.
Okay, good. I was getting scared. I was worried. Like, don't look at there on stream.
I like rolling the dice sometimes. If there's a Snarf and a Snarfer, who's Snarfest? The Snarfest is the one from the 2011 show that doesn't talk. Yeah. Anyways, I guess we can move on now because we did break our turtle coma. Let's talk Angel, because I didn't really have anything to talk about with Angel.
I love that Dragon Ball ending song.
I was gonna make another joke to that Buffy spinoff, but anyways. Was it a Buffy spinoff or just the same era?
Yeah, it was okay. A Buffy spinoff. Yeah.
We talked about Angel a couple weeks ago when Marvel did their stream, right? Yep. And we got official pics, and he looks beautiful, like the Angel figure we've always wanted, and everyone's like, cool, we can repaint this at least 4 times, right? Window packaging's back, literally exactly how it was, because Hasbro learned nothing from plastic-free packaging experience. We could have reduced plastic and packaging, but they just went and hit the reset button and just pretended like it never happened.
Okay, I love how every other company does their plastic-free packaging better, because
there's thought and planning put into it. Not a rushed corporate mandate to cut costs.
Yeah, like Lego did. It started using plastic bags, but they're high quality paper. paper.
Yeah.
Jack's been doing that for their the new 3-inch box
Yep.
figures, and they're made out of high quality paper.
I mean, we do not need this huge ass window. We could shrink the window. You know, we could just cover it in with more cardboard and just have like a little window. But yeah, Mr. Tanuki, corporate America learning things? Yeah, exactly. Also, someone said, oh, Gracias said, I wish Super 7 did more Pretenders for the Transformers line. I wish the whole line was Pretenders and Action Masters.
But then you get Bludgeon.
But then I got Bludgeon and it sucks, so now I'm like, I don't need anything. But I would have been in from the jump if it was Pretenders and Action Masters completely. And I got Bludgeon, which was Pretender, but like he sucked. Like Bludgeon, even with good QC, was still terrible. The thing I wanted to point out with Angels is $35. We had some discussion in the Discord. Yeah, that's high because it is just mostly a blank body with a couple new heads and then like
it's just
fancy
wings. You're paying for those wings.
But I went and looked it up. The Archangel release from 2018 was $30. So we didn't actually
like
go up
$4,
that much in
because like $5.
Archangel was 30 when figures were 20. Angel is 35 when figures are 25. So this actually should be 40 according to the way that the prices have increased. So 35, not bad. I'm going to give him credit there. Especially because that Archangel, the only new tool part was the Apocalypse Claw Hand. Everything else was reused and repacked. This is at least brand new tooling for the torso and the wings and the two heads. So I think it's not too bad for Marvel Legends prices. I told myself I'm not pre-ordering Marvel Legends. I'm just going to wait for it to hit the sale. But you know what? I ordered Angel. I won't lie to everybody. I did order Angel. And they say April, but I expect him mid-February. So anyways, that's the Hasbro news. There's like Ghostbusters toys, but I don't really care enough to talk about them. Does that make sense?
I mean, they're mostly just like remolded from the afterlife.
I'm not gonna buy them, and I don't think anybody cares that much. Bandai turn? It's Bandai's turn. Okay, so Bandai's been keeping quiet since Christmas.
But they did
probably because of the bad QC problems with their FI's release, their Ranger keys, and the Memorial Laser Riser, which I'm gonna do a whole thing on those. I need to wait till more units get out to figure out, was it like every Laser Riser a problem, every FI's driver, every Ranger key set? Like I need more people to get them and talk about it.
Ultra Replica X, because I think Hellfire said their
Hellfire had an issue with their X divisor. Like it's like got kind of like it's like warped. The image is warped under the screen, something like that. I wish Hellfire was
that's
here.
impossible. That's like impossible to fix.
Yeah. Spin Dash, my wallet is thankful Bandai's been quiet. Yeah, I think Bandai realized after 3 releases back to back had QC problems, they need to stop announcing stuff for a bit and just.
As soon as we talk about Ultraman, Wheels like rises up from
That's what happens.
The rise.
Well, you know, Ultraman will rise again.
Yeah,
literally the old tension way, how just like blows, you know.
There should be. Exactly. We need every time Wheels comes up, like comes in the chat late. I always imagine like with him rising to the chat.
If I was allowed to use the soundboard,
I imagine him with a towel around his neck for some reason and just rolling in.
Just like he's
what soundboard?
We need a soundboard just to press a button that does the Ultraman rise sound when Wheel shows up to the.
Oh well, I'm gonna rehaul this soundboard. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
You know what sound? You know what sound though? We need to also have is the Ultraman Gaia just crash effect too.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect for you.
Because of course I'm keeping the I have to go now, and of course
yeah.
You know what sound we need? We need like we need the sound when that one near the end of Leo, where when Leo rises, he just falls so he rises.
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh no, wait, Jerry needs to do a call back to that time I showed up and he used the Orb Origin theme.
Oh yeah,
when it hits the hard guitar riff.
Yeah.
I thought it would be Ultraman 18.
That's if you want me to go deaf.
We do want you to go deaf. It would be fun. No,
well, hey, at least then I'd be considered one of those Shriner streets.
Wheels, Mateki asked, Disco stream tonight live.
Oh yeah, that's right. I thought I'm not gonna lie. I remember it being on a day, but I forgot it was being on this day.
I forgot it was today too. So I'm like, can Metal do it?
I keep
I don't know. We'll
forgetting.
find somebody who can do it. You know what we should do? We should forcibly make Soundout do it.
No, I'm not doing it. I am eating dinner.
We're gonna poke Soundout. We're forcibly making him do it.
Infinite asks an off-topic question, but whatever. At this point, we've been off-topic all day. I'm not going to even complain about that. Infinite says, which form do you prefer, Ultra Ego or Ultra Instinct or SSJ4? I'm always a Super Saiyan 4 guy. Like me and Jerry, we're always Super Saiyan 4 for life. Doesn't matter what the canon thing is.
I'm gonna be honest. To this day, I really wish Super Saiyan 4 was just retconned into being God.
Yeah.
You remember when Battle of Gods was coming out with all those like fake leaks, screenshots?
Yeah, and the fake leaks were just, what if Super Saiyan 4 was gold? And I was like, that's God, I like it, let's go.
Yep. Oh, Common Jojo asks, out of the four of you guys, who is the oldest?
Wheels.
Jerry.
Wheels or Jerry?
Jerry.
I am.
Jerry.
I'm older than Wheels by 3 years.
Yep. And then Wheels is older than me by like...
I'm the only one here born in the 80s in this chat, apparently.
Yeah, but don't forget, you're like 99 kids, Jerry. You just got the title.
I barely made it in the 80s.
You know what's funny, Jerry? The reason why I thought Wheels was older than you, because you sound like in your 20s.
Well, you're not the only one to say that, so I'll take it as a compliment.
When I was like 16, people thought I was 28 because of my voice.
When your voice dropped?
Yeah. That's when your second testicle dropped,
Yep.
and the third one dropped sometime later.
Yeah, exactly.
It has 3 testicles, guys.
Let's see.
Watch the progression of his videos.
Oh yeah, it's true. My voice, especially when I switch microphones, and then you start hearing my actual register too. Like that's
when Soundout was doing YouTube, me and Jerry were trying to figure out when his voice came.
Yeah, we actually did. Which left to the infamous me leaving the botcom comment.
Yeah.
Because I just thought that'd be a funny lull while we were looking for your voice change.
Yep. Let's finish the news, and then we can just chat for a minute. These Ultraman Blazar stone sets got announced. They're basically just, let's re-release the new gen guys, which also means it's the first deluxe release of Grigio. So this set has, let me try here. Blazar, Ginga, Victory, Orb, Jeed, Rosso, Blue, Grigio, and then the other one contains... No, wait, that's the same one. Let's get to the other one. The other one has Decker, Trigger, Zet, Zero, X, and then Taiga, Titus, and Fuma. And I believe Taiga, Titus, Fuma, or I think it was Taiga, Titus, and Fuma were all like Gashapon or Candy Toy. And I know Grigio was like a Candy Toy. So these are like deluxe versions of all the new gens between the two sets.
So. It's nice to see Grigio now, because I feel like Grigio should because since all the Ultra Galaxy fights always happen with the new gen crew, it was weird that they never. I understand because she was not in the series; she was in the movie, but
yeah,
you might as well. It's one of those. It's like how Zophie's always part of the Ultra Brothers, even though he only like have like a few appearances.
He was only like on Earth like 4 times.
Yeah,
his own show. All of his stuff is OVA in a sense, because what was it? It was not it's not OVA, but it was like they made a guidance for him, like a couple of guidance for him. Like, this is what Zophie did, you know.
Kyle says surprised these are retail because they look like it'd be P Bandai. These are just kind of gap fillers in the toy line.
Well, because what I imagine, because you remember last year
they did it with the Dimension cards, and they did it with the Zet medals too, where it's just like, here's some re-releases. Have fun.
I doubt because I know last year they tied the Dimension Eyes because with New Generation Stars. I doubt these are gonna be canon. I'm not sure these gonna be in season 2 of New Gen Stars, but that's what it's supposed to be. Did they ever release Grigio's Crystal?
It came out in Candy Toy or Gashapon, I think. Someone mentioned it in the Discord. I don't remember exactly.
Because I know because she uses the evil gyro thingy. Right?
I think it was a Candy Toy or Gashapon or was it a P Bandai set? I don't remember. I know Grigio's Crystal did come out at some point. Has the user of Gabic Gotchard been revealed? Nope. And I have theories.
It's Taiga. No, it's Taiga from Ultraman Saga.
It's the voice of. Doesn't mean that's the guy in the suit.
I can dream, damn it.
You guys,
I just want to look here real quick. Ultra action figure Leo. He comes with his
Well, it's
nunchuck.
nunchucks. So
There
that
he
completes
is.
You guys
at
by any
least
chance
the
get
original
that?
7. That completes at least the original 7
Oh, that's
show.
pretty neat.
And if you
writers.
want tiny, cheap, ultra devices that sort of work like Legend Rider stuff, there's an Orb Ring. There's
because these are reissues. Because I
there's
know.
a Zet. Yeah, these are coming back out again. They've been out before.
I hate. I saw
Trigger
these. I
thing.
got excited. I saw these. I got excited, and I saw they're tiny. I'm like, oh, cause
The ones with these vinyls, like the 0 and the 0, those are really
know all the
tiny.
comics.
The other ones
Oh,
are at
those-
least like decent size, but
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I just kind of I wish we get like a Legend Rider thing for Ultraman where there's no gimmicks, but you still get it still functions the same as
Yeah.
DX Toy now reading, because like if I was to collect Henshin gimmicks, it would be the Ultraman stuff, but it'll be like the cheap ones because all I really want is just to Henshin. I just want them to make the Henshins the base form sound mostly.
And to round out the news of the day, it's SHFiguarts Naruto Top 99 Minato. I think we all predicted this was actually going to come out, and this was going to be our new like 1.5 of Minato. I think his legs are the new style legs though, so maybe he's got more new parts than before.
How much was Jiraiya just a simple release, or was he remolded?
Jiraiya had new faces, but the same body, from what I understand. And this is coming out. I think this is retail for 8,250 yen. Pre-order start January 10th. I think it's retail.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Especially after the yen conversion, it'll be affordable. So he's coming out, and then for Bleach there is Toshiro Hitsugaya.
Again, I just me and my friend
Well, he got Rangiku with it.
me and my friend Scrubber Gaming loved because he's a Bleach fan, and we joke like One Piece, where are the women? Because it's kind of ridiculous because he also has an anime hero in the Bleach line for anime hero, so it's like, God, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous. He looks nice, but like it's still just come on. It's not even like it's ridiculous.
Yep. Let's see. Infinite says, "Do you like the new 3.0 Figuarts bodies?" Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of the Jump stuff that's coming out. Muteki, we need the women. Yeah, that's a problem with all Bandai lines lately. Reboot Naruto lines nothing but bangers. When's the real life Jiraiya Figuart? Probably never, because there's too many fictional ones. Crossy has a good question, because I didn't bring up any Transformers news today, because it was all rumors. If you're in charge of new Transformers line for Legacy, who would you put for Wave 1? You have 4 Deluxes, 2 Voyages, 2 Leaders, and a Commander for this line. That's a lot to do in the last 10 minutes of the stream. But I would, if I was doing a new Legacy line, I would do what would I want?
Optimus Starscream, and did I mention Optimus and Starscream?
Yeah, just them in all the classes.
I don't know.
Oh, Metal Hero Jiraiya. Yeah, they're never gonna make him.
Oh, and a random Megatron thrown in
Let's see. Deluxe. So 4 Deluxe.
I feel like that's a whole stream of like just planning out a Legacy line.
Yeah, no, I legit.
I had to think because
I mean, Soundout tried to do that with Beast Wars.
Wheels may know what I was referencing there by only mentioning Optimus and Starscream, where me and Starchild claim we don't know any Transformers, and then like
Starchild, Jerry were like, everyone else is jobbers, right? And like, I'm like, Shockwave is like one of the goats. He's like, what, really? I'm like, yeah, he's one of the goats, Jerry.
I got it. I know what I want. Here's how we're gonna do this. Everyone pick a Deluxe, pick a Voyager, pick a Leader, and a Commander.
All right, so we have 4 here, and they're all right. So we'll make a wave. So
we'll make a wave. We're just gonna split it up. We're just gonna split up the job. The Commander's Thunder is
gets 1 Voyager and 1 Leader themselves.
The Commander is Thunderwing. Nobody gets to outvote me on this. The Commander's Thunderwing.
No, it's Thunderwing.
It's Thunderwing.
Especially if it has the IDW transformation form.
Yep, it's gonna be like Skyquake. It'll be a hybrid of the G1 and the IDW. Boom. There you go.
All right, so your Deluxe.
All right, we got that.
My Deluxe pick is go to somebody else. Somebody else pick a Deluxe first.
I'll pick. My pick for Wave 1 is Cybertron Hotshot.
Okay, cool. Wheels.
Which one, Ryan?
First version, Excellion.
The regular car one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You pick one.
Beast Wars. Beast Machines. Black Arachnia. Yeah, Wheels.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Jerry, gonna pick one?
No, except for Beast Wars.
That's it. That's his answer. No, that's giant endo figure.
Jerry's like, I only know
Alright,
Transformers,
so-
Optimus, and Starscream. Jerry, pick a random character from Transformers the Deluxe. Jerry, no! Just went over this.
All right, Jerry chooses Eder John Starscream.
That works. That qualifies.
There's Jerry's pick.
You just sick for me. Like whatever.
All right, Wheels.
What's the joke of earlier?
What's the fourth one?
All right, so my fourth one is actually gonna be kind of an asshole.
Just say it. You don't have to build it up. We don't have time for this. Go for it.
Killing me. The one that I would pick is actually one of the other headmasters, or not masters. We got Skullgrin. Give us deluxe class blood.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Voyagers. Freaking. My brain just shut down halfway through that sentence. The hell just happened? I had it on the tip of my tongue. It was in my brain. I was ready to. Someone else say Voyager. Wheels, Ryan. Why don't you pick a Voyager?
Voyager. Actually, my pick. I'm gonna look in behind me. Voyager, Skybite. We need a new Skybite.
Cool.
Yes.
See you later, Smith the Crow. Wheels, you pick a Voyager.
Okay, this is gonna sound out of line.
Everything we do is out of line here.
But Voyager class Chrome Dome, where he's like, like the Supreme Deluxes that are Voyager, where he's more accurate than the, best way to explain it. What if the Fans Project toy had more engineering by Hasbro to look more shit screen accurate?
Perfect. Cool. Leader class. I want a leader class. Straxus. I really want a Straxus, like an actual leader class Straxus, and not like whatever the hell they were trying to do with that concept for the Legacy line that actually didn't happen. I just want frickin' G1 Straxus. My case is closed. Someone else pick a leader.
You just want freaking sharks with laser beams.
All right, I got
one.
I got one. Ryan, I think Ryan's gonna agree with me. Legacy Prime Universe Insecticon.
Yep.
Perfect. There you go. We didn't. Core class wasn't asked, but should we do core class just to round it out?
All right.
Three core classes. Go for it.
Core class Scraplet.
Cool. Wheels.
From Cybertron?
Is
that the one that you just said?
Yeah, the scrap. No, what was it? Scraplet or Scrap Metal? What they were called in?
Scrap Metal was Cybertron. Scraplet was the things from Prime,
right?
Yeah, Scrap Metal.
Scrap Metal.
Little bug guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wheels.
I'm gonna say this core class. Oh God, it was one of the leader of the car robots mini force guys. Little cars.
Hot Shot.
Was it Hot Shot? I can't remember.
I thought Hot Shot was the leader. You just want a spy changer.
I want one of the spy changers. One of the spy changers from car robots.
And
that's one of the ones that was in my head.
Yeah.
I'll go find. Let me go find it. I'll find which one it is. I'll tell you who specifically.
And what will be your pick, Sam?
It's gonna go really obscure. It's gonna be something that nobody ever thought of. It's something that Hasbro won't dare to touch. Core class Buzzsaw. The G1 tape, because apparently we just can't get that.
Who knows me for that rumored leader Soundwave?
Well, I mean, 40th anniversary of Transformers. If we don't get a Buzzsaw by the end of next year, I'm gonna start like a picket line.
Next Haslab.
I'm gonna start a picket line if we don't have a Buzzsaw by the end of next year. I legitimately the anniversary's coming up. Where is my frickin' Buzzsaw? I want to finish the Soundwave set. Come on. Ooh, Whirl and Demolisher are good choices. Everybody's got a lot of great ideas too.
Oh wait, which Whirl? Which Whirl?
Yeah, isn't there only one?
Didn't he
I feel like IDW Whirl, G1 Whirl, and Rescue Bots Whirl all basically the same
I
thing.
really want the
No, not Rescue Bot Whirl.
because I want the specifically the IDW one. That's the VTOL Osprey kind of thing. I want the one that was made that
Psychos keeps saying Cybertron Scourge.
Oh, that's a leader. That should be a leader.
Cybertron Scourge would be a pretty good leader.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's Hotshot. You are right. The one with the flames on him.
Yeah, that's Hotshot.
Yeah, that's
the one
Hotshot.
I wanted. I think that.
I remember being so confused as a kid when Hotshot rolled up into Armada and he was a bright yellow car. I was like, "Where's the flames?"
Yeah, that one too. Okay. Also, the yellow version of Hotshot I liked.
Yeah,
because there was two versions. There was Hotshot and Rev. It was those two I want specifically. Hotshot and Rev.
Muteki wants Signal Lancer.
I remember one.
What is he? What is Signal Lancer? Damn it.
They need to make a Voyager Signal Lancer so they can reuse the mold for Mudflap. Because the Signal Lancer animation model is just a retool of the Mudflap model.
So. Wow, I never realized that. I'm a big Cybertron fan.
Did you not realize that? He transforms exactly like Mudflap.
I guess because he's a giant rectangle,
yep.
But again, so is Mudflap. But
they just rotated the rectangle and added lights on it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep. Commander Class Animated Megatron, Infinite says. Psycho says Cybertron, Galaxy Convoy, Megatron, and Galvatron, Leo Nemesis, Breaker. Yeah, like that whole system can be redone better than it was before. I'm blowing. Okay, Muteki also didn't know, but I thought that was like. I mean, I noticed it like back in 2007 or whatever that show aired. I have like a brain rot on a horrifying level.
Guys, this is the commander class that I think we need.
We're not in
we need an actual, very like G1 accurate broadside. That's a giant spaceship airplane.
Yeah, give me that one. If you want to be accurate to season 3, it should be bigger than Titan's Return Devastator.
Oh, Titan class broadside. Let's go. I'm in.
That's your U.S. flag. That's your U.S. flag.
And that's how you make your flag. Yeah. Sutagars wants a repaint head mold for Fortress Maximus RID style, make it compatible for Megabolt Megatron. I would be all into that because, like, I always wanted RID Fortress Maximus as a kid.
Well, so how would you do a Legacy Beast Machines Megatron?
I thought about this. Legacy Beast Machines Megatron would be a leader class where the robot mode would be Voyager size, but the dragon mode would be the size of the Transmetal 2. But the way you do it is that he has a Evo fusion gimmick that makes his cape and his head harness.
I was thinking, it's like, would it be like a remold of Transmetal Megatron, or would it be like a separate mold?
He could be a remold because, like, after whatever's under the robe doesn't actually matter, right? But the way you do it is that the Evo fusion gimmick is the shell that goes around him. So, yeah, that's my thing. I want Beast Machine stuff, and I want RID stuff.
I want an actual Optimus Primal. I want an Optimus Primal from Beast Machines. That's not like a giant Commander Supreme class.
Yeah.
I also really want
we have the tech. We can make Beast Machines work. You know.
Are you gonna get the core class Beast Machine Cheetor?
Yeah.
When that's listed.
I'm more invested in Beast Machines than Energon.
This is one thing that irks me more that we didn't get, even from third-party guys. But we need a new Optimal Optimus that's somehow not too huge. Like, I don't really want him to be a commander class.
He's not like Primal and Beast Machine. He's not too big. Like, he's like
he should be like a Voyager at most.
Models, but
he's bigger than his.
Okay, so Optimus. I want an Optimus Primal. Optimal Optimus that is at least big. And I need it to come with multiple faces because I need the Beast Machine's Megatron head when he took over the body. And no third-party company made it.
That's true,
when they did the Power of the Primes ones, which was like a given that they should have. But no one touched it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. The fandom's weird hate for Beast Machines is annoying, and it's led to us not getting cool things.
The only one I
think the problem with the heat for Beast Machines is that it was written really weird, out of context. Like, it still has a great story.
It doesn't work for the time it was made in. It was literally, it's like the literal definition of ahead of its time.
Beast Machines is a
Yeah, it
series
was
that
just-
I think works on its. I think if you separate it from Beast Wars, I think it
Yes.
works really well. I think that's the problem because it is a sequel to Beast Wars. There's the comparison.
The
that
two
people
problems I've
do.
always seen is people take it way too much as like season 4 of Beast Wars, which it's not. And they also cannot fathom in their minds that Optimus Primal and the rest of the Maximals would not have a different life experience if their memories were erased and they were put into an apocalyptic setting where they're being hunted every single day of their life, causing a lot of mental and emotional stress, changing their personalities. People cannot handle what happened to Rhinox, even though it totally makes sense in the context of the show itself.
I think for the Rhinox thing,
like
it's
it does,
more.
but it does and it doesn't because like
Because the thing is,
worked
Rhinox
his
was
mind.
infected with a virus, a mind virus, twice. It happened
I
in
think
Beast
it's-
Wars, it happened in Beast Machines.
I think it's just with Rhinox. Like I don't mind. I understand why people don't like it because it's a very personal thing because it's a character that a lot of people really like, and they don't want to see him. They don't want that to be his.
They don't want that
his
to be a story, but that is the story
story.
that was told, you know?
Yeah,
And that's
like
the thing a lot of people struggle in fandom related media, and it's something I totally get it.
Yep.
You know, I
Mhm.
get it. It's the same thing of like, you know, what do you think of Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi? Right? Because you have to think of, you know, you have to go beyond just, is this the character, you know, is the character here a character I love, or is this character something that I don't have it? Like, you know, the thing is, like, when you love a character, you take a little bit of ownership of it, but like when somebody else who is doing something with the character does something that you don't agree with, that can create friction in the mind. And so the thing is, like, you can be like a fan of Rhinox and not like what they did with Beast Machines, but a lot of the time I see it is that like, oh, it's poor writing. Oh, that never would have happened. It's like, yeah, in your mind of how you have experienced Rhinox as a character, it could never happen. But in the mind of the writer who wrote that storyline, they saw it as a possibility. And
But yeah,
so
I
it's
don't
that
like.
separation
Yeah.
of the art from your personal feelings, which is really hard. Like, but that's just where it comes down to.
That's the thing. That's the thing with me with Rhino, Tank or Rhinox is
Mhm.
I don't like it as I don't like it personally. I don't like seeing Rhinox turn to a villain, but I think he's a good villain. So it's that kind of
Yeah.
frustrating because I think he was actually a
See you
really
later,
good villain.
JoJo Star.
I think
Mhm.
I think he was a
think
really
that they
good
do. I
villain.
think
It's a
they
great
built up to
storyline.
it better
Yeah.
because like Soundout says like the whole mind the fact that he was corrupted twice with the mind virus makes sense, but at the same time there should have been more build up or more
I mean,
explanation.
the problem is that they weren't allowed to know. Like they were told, don't look at Beast Wars
Exactly.
when writing it. Big problem. But the second thing is,
Exactly.
they already did
And that's the biggest
Rhinox as a
problem.
villain in Beast Wars. It wasn't that out of the realm of possibility for it to happen again.
I think, but I think there's more of because that was a one episode thing, and that was kind
Yeah.
of more play out as comment. I think
Yeah.
I think what is in Beast Wars that was kind of play out for comedy,
Right.
versus Beast Machines.
Beast
where that was
Machines is
taken fully
because Beast
seriously.
Machines is a serialized Shakespearean drama.
Mm.
Which is, and a lot of Transformers does not go into like the deep emotional turmoil that Beast Machines does. And I think that's another friction point, is it doesn't fit with Transformers because it's written and produced in a completely different way than other Transformers.
I think
properties.
And like IDW, it's written like a lot of what IDW wishes it could be, and that was the problem.
Yeah.
IDW really tried to do that stuff, and it was a hit or miss with IDW.
Mhm.
What I noticed a lot with Transformers is sequels for Transformers is really hard because most of the time you have different staff.
Yep.
Because you got Beast Machines, you got Energon, you got
RID
RID
2015.
2015.
Yeah.
All of those are very polarizing because I think almost every one of those have different staff from their previous shows because they rotate. They're always they rotate staff out to get a more creative. But that always comes to the problem. Even though there's we got a new creative scene, they want to do something different. But then the upper management said you must make this a sequel from the previous scene because that was successful. And you always gotta have that kind of fan like stink eye because if they Hasbro said this is a sequel to blank show, so they have expectations. They already have.
That's kind of my problem with RID 2015. It doesn't work as a sequel to Prime either.
Because it's it's the same thing where it's like it's trying to be its own thing, but it's also a sequel to Prime, so there's a lot of expectations on it, even though it really is trying to be its own thing.
And I think the problem is that every time Transformers has a really good show, they try to sequel it.
Mhm.
When
And
they
that's why
should
I
they
like how
should go the Beast Wars route of like surprise in season 3. It's like at the end of season 2 of Beast Wars, surprise, it's in the G1 canon.
well, that's what I
Like,
like about like Earthspark, where
yeah.
Earthspark is not really a sequel to anything. It's just a sequel of a post Transformers War.
Mm.
I think that's how you should do it. I like how they handle it there because
Yeah,
it's
it makes
not. It's
sense.
because it's really not meant to be a G1. They make you feel like it's a G1 sequel, but it's not. It's more just a similar
Mhm.
events happen that they can follow up from and such. And I think they handled that was really good there.
I did want to bring up, Master Ben mentioned Bob Skir described Beast Machines as a religious experience. Yeah, that show literally
Yes.
is like Optimus Primal's Crisis of Faith. And there's so much like layers to like the religious allegory of like what Cybertron should be, how Cybertron is, what could its future be. You know, the whole
Some of
ending is
it's
like
My
weirdly
dad
enough.
loved
from
that
the
show.
Bible.
My
Do
dad,
you know
that's
what
why he
do you know
loved
what
it.
the funniest thing
Yeah.
is about that show is how that's probably Gary Chalk's best work as Optimus Prime or a
Mm.
Primal. Like
Oh,
between
yeah.
all of his Optimuses, a lot of his best voice acting is from that season, that
He was
series in
given depths
particular.
and flaws that he never had before.
Like yeah, no, but the
Yeah.
way he also conveyed it, he also like actually added to it. Like because even though he was a good voice as Primal in Beast Wars,
Mhm.
Primal in Beast Machines, he actually also did act it like it was a sequel, but he also acted, he actually performed like it was a regular TV
It
show. If you
is a
listen to the
different
cadence of his
performance.
voice.
It is a
Yeah.
fully
Yeah,
different
like it
performance.
actually, you could feel, because if you've seen Gary Chalk act on TV, because I've seen him in some
Mhm.
other shows from Canada, like you could see it was him actually putting in his A game. And then like, when it comes to the Cybertron trilogy, like his best performance still is probably Armada, but that's because there was still depth to the characters
Yeah.
versus
He
how they
wasn't
got
just the
shallower and
stoic leader,
shallower.
right?
Yeah,
I
because
like
Yeah.
his
the
dad.
Cybertron dub is
I like his dad jokeness in Cybertron.
Yeah.
like in Cybertron, like it's pretty shallow, but it's still a better character than Energon. But
No,
like
no,
the
definitely
strongest
because
one is still
he's
Armada.
more. Cybertron's more fun-loving dad. Armada's more actual like character drama. Aragon took up the assholeness, and then Cybertron's more fun-loving catchphrase
Mm.
dad, shonen dad.
Exactly. Like it's one of those times because like when I think about David K's performances, David K, like he was still good as Megatron in Beast Machines, but like his best stuff was actually still Beast Wars,
Yeah.
and then he got better, and then every different incarnation of his Megatron in the Unicron trilogy was always like so different because like Megatron had depth in Armada, then in Energon he was like kind of like this super dick, but also had like respect. And then like Cybertron is like peak no matter what dub
Yeah.
or sub.
Yeah, he's a
Because
shonen
him
villain.
and Joji, him and Joji Nakata were just like on a whole nother level with Cybertron.
Yeah, he's a shonen villain. He's a full shonen villain, Cybertron. That's why I love it. But I mean that like you
I was going to
mentioned,
add
that's
as well,
why.
Beast Machine's Megatron is a little weaker on the David K side because he wasn't Megatron for half that
In
show.
many episodes.
I mean,
Yeah.
as we always talk about, like that's why if anyone asks me like, what's your favorite Optimus voice, I will always say Garrett Chalk because
Yeah,
he does have
Mhm.
such a range on the like even a Primal and Optimus two
Yeah,
separate
Dad,
like.
in a cup.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, but even though Primal and Optimus Prime are two separate, there's I put them all in one label, and that's why Gary Chalk's my favorite Optimus voice because he does have so much range. Like I love
It really
Cullen,
does.
but I do love Cullen, but I do feel like nowadays he only has really one voice tone for Optimus, sadly, and that may be
Which is
because he's due to his age. I don't know, but like I don't know.
You know what's funny though? I'll raise you this part though, Ryan.
Mhm.
I think the most depth we've seen Peter Cullen as Optimus ever was in Prime though, and it's like Frank Welker now, how he says his favorite Megatron is actually Prime Megatron.
Yeah. I mean, they got a lot to work with in Prime.
Like I think
more than they had.
I think one of those things of I think for them, as they got older, their redemption was better written shows versus like Gary Chalk and you know that's like I'm not discrediting you. You are correct. Peter Cullen's only voice is I'm Optimus Prime, the Toonami narrator. It's iconic. You're correct. You are 100% correct. But I think it was just that because they didn't have a show that was written like 90s onwards, their original incarnations to us are just like, you're there. It's
Yeah.
there.
I think that's just kind of
You're
how
right.
like a lot of franchises will evolve with time too. But Transformers in particular, because it was in the '80s, but only lived as one thing in the '80s, and then
Exactly.
like
No, Ryan was
yeah,
right though. Like Gary
totally.
Chuck was good. Gary Chuck.
Master Ben says thoughts on Hugo weaving Megatron. Man, is there ever an actor that's phoned into performance more?
I mean, they
It's
not
funny too
want to do
because
this role.
Hugo wanted.
He didn't.
Hugo allegedly didn't want, but like he
wanted
tried,
it
allegedly,
until he
in
read the
first-
script, and then he wanted out, and he couldn't break the
Yeah.
contract.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here's a couple
he
of
had
things.
a good voice. He did have a good voice in some of the lines that he had, but like
Yeah.
there was no dialogue. Like I think if you gave him like the dialogue like Frank Welker's Galvatron Megatron had in AOE, and you gave more scenes and time,
Yeah.
Hugo Weaving's Megatron would have been good because there are lines that he says. He nails what Megatron's supposed to be.
They got better at writing the Decepticons as the movies went on, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't some of the movie voice actors say they were like literally given no voice direction?
Yep.
Pretty much.
They're just told just read the line. All right. So Infinite said, did Predaking and the other two Predacons die after Predacon Rising? I don't think. Were they dead? Because I remember they did a whole comic with them.
Starscream said he straight up.
Starscream already
Yeah.
they confirmed that Starscream killed those two Predacons, but Predaking's probably out there probably.
Which would have been after the Beast Hunters comic that took place after Prime. Which was technically canon because of line continuity. Let's see.
Anything else before we wrap up?
Before we wrap up, let's see. Master Ben says UT Megatron's my favorite because he simply refused to die and kept coming back. I mean, that just goes back to the Shonen villain thing. Cameron asks, do you count Operation Seasoning as a Power Rangers crossover? What the hell is Operation Seasoning?
Oh, I'm gonna look this up. What is this?
What was he talking about?
Oh, that's the Heckle episode of Cosmic Fury. Technically, all of Cosmic Fury is a crossover episode. It's Billy. But yeah, I think almost every episode has a ranger from a different season. If you ignore Billy, like just count Billy as Cosmic Fury cast, like I think there's still people. Muteki says, can you explain how he went from Galvatron in Armada to Megatron and Energon, then Galvatron again, then Megatron and Cybertron? All right, so that's a simple answer. He never stopped being Galvatron in Japan.
Yeah, because
that was a Hasbro naming choice for Energon.
Yeah,
and Cybertron is a sequel to Energon, but Galaxy Force is not a sequel to Superlink. It's a separate continuity.
Owning.
Yeah. The whole Unicron black hole was just put in to tie the shows together.
No, like literally in I think Galaxy Force, it was just a black hole suddenly appear, and that's it.
Yep. RX0 says who's stronger, Megatron or Galvatron? It's Galvatron. That's just how it goes. Graciasi says Optimus and Megatron just need to make out and the word be over instantly. In so many continuities is that true. Like
I love a Techie T.
Yeah.
Hype for Titan Class Shockwave, guys, because
yeah, name is Shockwave. I think Energon Galvatron had a different name even in Superlink.
Was he called Galaxy Force was called Master Galvatron, I think. In Galaxy Force.
Hold on. Let me look this up real quick because I'm trying to remember.
Because it's even part of this. You look at Energon Megatron's design, it's clearly Galvatron. It's Galvatron inspired. Yes, the knees, the head, the abs. It's Galvatron.
Energon cartoon. Let's see. I need to look for his alternate names. Where's the alternate names part of?
It should be the very bottom of the page.
Yeah, I know. He's got 4 subpages. Foreign names. There we go. All right. So yeah, in Armada, he was Megatron. And then as Galvatron, he was Megatron Super Mode. So then in Energon, he was Galvatron, and then he was Galvatron General when he turned purple.
General.
Then in Cybertron for Galaxy Force, he was Master Megatron, and then he was Master Galvatron. So, but yeah, that was what it was. Is that he went from being Megatron to Megatron Super Mode to Galvatron General, and then. For our toys, we got Megatron, Galvatron, Megatron, Galvatron, Megatron, Galvatron. Because that's just Hasbro in names.
Reuse trademarks.
Yep. Infinite's going to have the last question of the stream. Because I think it's a good one. Speaking of interpretations, what are your thoughts on Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Prime? I like his personality, actions, and
he's the best. He's the best Shadow in years.
He's the best Shadow, I think, since Sonic X.
Yep.
Because I feel like he actually has stuff going on besides rawr,
But he's not
Edge.
he's not trying to be Vegeta, like discount Vegeta.
And I mean this as a huge Shadow the Hedgehog fan. I legitimately do mean this. I love Shadow, but like he just after his solo game, he just became Edge.
After Sonic 06, he just become discount
You
Vegeta.
think you know him?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't get that one, but
yeah, starting with the solo game, he just became Edge, and I feel like Boom didn't do anything to change that.
On this day.
Boom didn't do anything to change it because they just kind of had the joke that he was the coolest, edgiest guy in the franchise, and I feel like Prime is actually kind of giving him a character arc again, which is awesome.
I can't wait till Sonic starts talking about people's dead dads.
Again?
Your dad is dead. Dead.
Anyways, I think that's about it for the show. I think we've done enough today. You know, we had a whole filler arc about Ninja Turtles. You know, we had a whole filler arc about in the middle of talking about The Shining. How did we ended up on some tangent there too?
Naruto.
Wait.
Yeah, we did a
You guys
Naruto
were
tangent while talking about The
Shining?
Shining. Wait,
Perfect.
Wheels, what were you wondering about The Shining?
shitting.
Oh, I just want to know about the Shining.
Because, you know,
the TV miniseries is getting a Blu-ray from Shout. So
That sounds bad.
I mean, that TV miniseries was bad. So
It really was.
all right. Discotek is in less than 2 hours. For those wanting to tune us on Discotek's YouTube, stay tuned to our social media channels.
What time is it?
It's at 9.
9 o'clock.
9 Eastern.
If you
9 our
guys
time.
want to hang out in our Discord, we have a Discotek chat, so you guys can like live react in that chat. It's in the general like section at the top, so you should go check it out. It'll it's a good way to do it. There will be videos this week. I haven't 100% decided what is coming out in what order. There's just stuff brewing. I have to work on more Marvel Legends shit. Like there's 181 freaking Marvel Legends I got to review in one video. I mean, I don't even own all of them, but like it's still a lot. So stay tuned for videos. This whole month is going to be like I'm going to kind of experiment with some formats. Maybe I say that, but yet the 2 videos I've got coming next are probably going to be returning to old series formats. But anyways, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. I'm going to mix up the G.I. Joe Classified will be the. All right, you know what? I should mention this now. The current plan is that the Marvel Legends rundown's coming next. Then the G.I. Joe Classified rundown, then the Transformers Legacy Evolution. The Transformers one will be not as intense as it was last year, where me and Darkclaw collaborated on that. I'm going to simplify that thing down for my own sanity, but it will still cover the entirety of Legacy Evolution. Those 3 videos are like my big projects for the beginning part of the year. I hope to have them done by March, because I'm told myself, don't bust yourself so hard just to get them done in January. Like, I'm just going to take my time so they can turn out as better videos, and I'm not rushing stuff, and I'm not trying to kill myself making things. We're going to space them out a little bit and give them some time. So they're coming, but they don't have any concrete dates yet. But, if you're a channel member, you get early access if you're at the $3 a month or higher tier. So, excuse me. So those are coming. But there will be a Blu-ray haul this week, regardless of what else comes this week. Blu-ray hauls this week. We gotta get 2023 out of our minds in that regard. So, on that note, social media shout-outs, starting with Fighter Cows, just because he's got a stream tomorrow.
Yes.
I just tripped you up by doing you first, didn't I?
Yeah, I was like, I thought you... But no, it's good.
Go for it.
Because you're going to join me tomorrow, hopefully. 4 p.m. Eastern, Tuesdays or Fridays, I stream on twitch.tv/FighterCaus, spelled FIGHTERXAOS. Tuesdays is King of Fighters 15. And you can, like, basically, we can keep going and talk about more Ninja Turtles that scare us.
Absolutely.
If you guys want.
we can talk about terrifying Ninja Turtles all over our King of Fighters stream.
You should be playing. You should be playing the Tournament Fighters online.
We should do that sometime.
Oh, if I had that, I would. Unless you have it.
I have it on Switch.
It's part of the turtle
on the Cowabunga collection. I have mine on Switch. Anyways, we'll figure out how to do a Turtles thing sometime. 4 p.m. Eastern. Ryan, you're next because I'm just mixing everything up.
Follow me at DarkHole643 on YouTube and Twitter. I do art commissions like the one you see this rage channel. If you want any, feel free to follow me on DM me on Twitter or Discord. It's now Discord protocol.
All right, and then Wheels, you want to pimp Hero Club?
YouTube, Twitter, Wheelchair21. Check out our awesome website at hero-club.com, where we have news, reviews, interviews, so much and more. Follow us across social media using Hero Club for life. And that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Patreon.
All right. And on that note, we will be back next week. Stay tuned for videos. You know, all good links down below. Hope you all had a good time. And next week, maybe there'll be some more news so we don't tangent as much. But if there's not, stay tuned. There may be more filler arcs in our future. See you next week.